Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Selective Ignorance. I'm your host, Mandii B. All right, and today we are cutting through the noise to figure out what really matters in music right now. I love these conversations, and I'm joined by a very special guest to talk into it. Today, we're taking the pulse of the culture. We're talking hip-hop, R&B, and everything orbiting around them. So what is the state of hip-hop? Depending on who you ask, the genre is either in a golden age of creativity or teetering on the edge of burnout. And you can't talk about that without mentioning the Drake and Kendrick feud. Did their back and forth spark fresh excitement or sour the vibe? Maybe both. And then, of course, Drake is tangled up in that UMG lawsuit. Are we looking at business as usual or a shakeup that rewrites the industry playbook? Meanwhile, radio, y'all know that I'm a little scared. It's having its own identity crisis. Payola whispers are getting louder. Is the old game of money for spins finally catching up to everyone? And what does a rollout even mean in 2025? When surprise drops and viral snippets can outshine a 6-month marketing plan. And we do want to talk Cardi B. We must talk Cardi B. Cardi B is in another chapter in her story, and every move right now seems to be headline worthy. What do her rollouts, pauses, and pivots say about how stars survive in a market that demands constant reinvention? We'll throw out some predictions as well. This episode is being recorded before her album drops. We know it drops this week, but we talking about it today. And don't think we forgot about R&B. Is it quietly thriving or fighting for attention in a landscape obsessed with rap beefs and algorithmic hits? Pour up if you have it. Get your coffee at your desk. We're talking about all the things, and per usual, I am joined by my super producers. We have gang. Journalist Jayson in the building. If y'all don't know, he has a strong hold and tie to hip-hop, so I'm really excited to hear his thoughts. He has been in here since the dinosaur age of magazines and LimeWire.
Word up.
I got the old heads in the building today. And then we're also joined by podcast OG and legend from the Combat Jack Show, A King. Yeah. And also joined by someone who I feel is very special, always needs a mic in front of him. He reigns from the music industry. He is one of my favorite people out of New York, and I don't say that about many people because New Yorkers are interesting. But we have Wayno in the building.
What's up?
Who literally called me kid, and I had to let him do it because he is New York personified.
That's just how I talk. That was a really, really great introduction. I don't know. I could never do that. As much as you had to read, I couldn't do that.
Listen. Well, you know what's crazy? I did a show with MTV, and it's crazy because they have a teleprompter, and apparently reading a teleprompter is one of the hardest things for people to do. I mean, did y'all have a teleprompter on Complex a little bit?
No, but I've done a teleprompter on Complex. I mean, Amazon. Excuse me.
So it gets a little difficult. So what I used to do is kind of do my intros beforehand, but now I like to write it up. I want this to seem more produced.
That shit sound
I like
fire.
producer shit.
Like if I just heard you for the first time, I'd be like, no, I'm about to listen to this. For real.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'd be we literally do pre-pro calls. Like I'm in a space where, we're serious. And where a lot of people have conversations, I think it's important to come in with my thoughts. Like, we specifically have been wanting to do a music episode for how many months now? And I said, we got to have Wayno on.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, how's life been?
Life is amazing. I woke up today. My kids is good. My wife is good. My
Period.
family's good. I don't got nothing to complain about other than the weather sometimes. But other than that, I'm straight.
What you complaining about the weather for?
It's too hot down here.
It's pumpkin spice season.
I don't like heat.
You know what's crazy? I actually have said that. Summer is the most overrated season.
I hate summer.
Hey, bro, I hate summer. It's hot. You gotta fucking wear shorts. You just sweat.
I'm just, you know what it is? I'm
you take 3 showers a day.
I need coats. I need to wear a coat. I can't wear a hoodie and a coat down here.
I'm not gonna lie. I want the layers.
Do you feel like Atlanta winters in the morning?
In the morning is fire.
Like New York, right?
Yeah, but once you get to 1 p.m. it's summertime.
I mean, when I got here, there were snowstorms. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but I've been here for
New York
something happened over the last decade.
Well, it's called global warming, sir.
Yeah, something we all need to be worried about.
It's climate change. It's climate change.
Climate change, yep.
I guess we normally do a quick catch up. Is there anything?
Let's go.
What's been up with? Everybody. Jayson,
what's up with you? You got your streaming, you got your radio shows?
I am trying to.
How do you take? That's a stupid question. We know you take breaks.
You know what's crazy,
You
right?
got 18. You half Jamaican, right?
That's why I got all these
Yeah,
goddamn
18
jobs. A bitch got to make. Listen, these bills don't pay itself,
Facts.
and tricks ain't tricking like they used to. So I gotta work. It was
Tariffs
easy.
on the tricks.
Listen, it was easy to get a nigga to pay a $600 rent. It's not the same when rent and bills is $4,000 a month. Like, you know, it's a little.
Tariffs.
You gotta work out here. For me, it's interesting. I'm stepping into radio, which is way different.
Yeah.
Cause I like to talk, and baby, they're like, okay, 50-second break, bitch, you better. And that's even why I think this has been helping me to get my thoughts in. I kind of have to write them out, and I can ad lib a little bit, but baby, it's short. It got to be quick.
More structure. You're on the time clock.
I'm excited. So off the clock, y'all. If you are in Atlanta, it's from 6 to 8 on Saturdays on Hot 107.9. I'm excited too to get back to interviewing, like artists that I care about, artists that I do want to platform and promote. Like, I'm excited to just be able to have conversations with the people that I enjoy listening to again. That's kind of what's exciting for me right now. And then streaming, you know, I'm trying to get the bags.
Let's go.
First off, there's just too much money sitting out there. I recently read an article that media personalities and influencers by 2026 are going to outmake television and film combined in terms of the stars in those lanes. Media personalities are going to make more. So I'm like, between YouTube, between Twitch, between Instagram, I'm mad as fuck. I fell back and didn't get on TikTok when I should have. Bro, there's people making like $20,000, $30,000 a month just on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you got your YouTube channel now. And then that's the other thing too. The way people are consuming content, baby, it's like television shows.
Listen,
you drop daily.
I go to my
There's
YouTube.
podcasts now that drop 4 or 5 days a week.
I
I'm
go
like,
to my YouTube, and that's my TV. I watch. I do it myself. I know it's not shameless plug, but shameless plug.
Hey, we fam. That's it. Plug me. I don't care. Pause.
And it's so dope that
plug me.
This family, we able to salute. Yeah, you see what I put in the text message?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's I'm at the
no,
door.
he said I'm coming. Pause.
Yeah, you got it. I got to respect. He's part of the community.
The community is crazy.
The community of
Pause
acceptance.
community.
Nah, but you go to YouTube and that's dominating everything. Even the shit I'm not looking for, I see it. It's like, yo, this is it.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, and I say it all the time. I like listening to everybody and their opinions on everything.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I hope everyone that's listening to Selective Ignorance, I know you come here and hear a lot of different thoughts and opinions. To me, it is like the only thing I could be excited about in life right now. Like, politics, everything else is draining. It sucks. The aliens are here. We have a hot Cheeto in the office. The only thing that kind of makes me excited is that I could wake up every day and I'm able to have my own opinion that I could put out into the world. I enjoy making content. I fucking love it. And that's why I'm glad that your ass is on a mic sharing all your thoughts and views and opinions on all the things. Does it not make you more excited to be able to do that in a space instead of clocking in and clocking out?
Yeah, I mean, so for me, like, yo, media was not on my whiteboard ever in my life.
I'm not gonna lie, when I met you, I don't think I thought you would
Nah,
be
nobody
here now.
did. I wanted to be rich and nobody knew me. You feel me? Like, that's what I really wanted to do. But once I started doing Everyday Struggle, I couldn't believe the amount of money, even before they gave me a contract, I couldn't believe the amount of money they was paying me just to talk. So I just wanted to just talk. But then I was dependent upon the system, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm signed to Complex. When that ends, then I signed to Amazon, right? I left a relationship, got right into another relationship. So it's like, then, you know, when Amazon, and I still work with Amazon.
Right.
So I have nothing bad to say about nobody, but when Amazon ended my show, it was like, what am I going to do now, right? Or when I was with Amazon, my show was only once a month. You can't do nothing consistent in life once a month.
Nope.
And I was making wild
I'm sure
bread.
because Amazon, the way...
No, I love them.
You know what's crazy? I probably paid your contract. The way there is an Amazon box at my goddamn door. I got Amazon Prime, Amazon Music, Amazon orders.
So I was doing all of that, and then I just got to a point where people was asking me, like, what you doing?
What you doing?
What you doing? And I was like, y'all still want to hear me speak? You know what it was too? I hosted Camp Flog now, and I met Tyler, the creator, for the first time.
Okay.
And when I met him, in the action and what he said to me, I'm gonna keep it personal to me. But what he said to me, when I asked him, I said, you watch what I do? And he was like, yeah, nigga. I was like, what? And this is before I had a YouTube channel or anything.
Okay.
So I was like, damn, because, you know, people go by their views. My views, I basically had, I didn't even know, I can't tell you what my show viewed on Amazon or a complex. I didn't have those analytics.
Oh, you didn't have the analytics to your
no, I mean, the Amazon show was their idea.
Right.
It was connected with Wayno, but it was their idea.
Okay.
So I can't say who I want to be on my show, when I could do it, how I could do it.
They did all that.
So then I said, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just buy a bunch of cameras. I bought mad cameras. I spent like 20 bands on just cameras and all types of shit. I didn't know how to use or work nothing.
Oh, I know. Because
You know
it was
what I mean?
blurry in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, it was super
You kept
blurry.
going out of focus.
But you know what it was, though?
I love seeing the growth, though, of your channel specifically.
100%.
Like,
Thank you.
From your background to even the way your first couple episodes, and we talked about it. I was like, nigga, you in and out of focus. I was like, you got someone there. You was like, I did, but they didn't see the vision, so I'm doing this on myself.
They saw the vision, but listen, I shoot it in my crib.
Yeah.
So the problem was people coming to my crib like, oh nah, I need 20 bands a month. Like what? I don't have that to give to you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't I tell you that's why we done changed our team here again?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't find a team even right now. Like I went back to grassroots because people pocket watch. I had someone coming here thinking they was about to get 50,000 a year off of 3 hours.
But I ain't mad at it though. Listen,
you're not mad at it?
I'm not.
flow.
I'm gonna tell you why. No, it's two different things between pocket watching and somebody's perception is two different things.
Tell me the difference.
I'm gonna tell you the difference, right? Pocket watching. This is what, because I can only speak from a rapper's perspective. A rapper have 10 niggas with them all day. They go to the bank, cash $1 million check, go spend $500,000 on jewelry.
Okay.
Go spend $50,000 in the club, spend $100,000 on clothes, and then they man to be like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I've been with you all week. Can I get $500? And they could be like, yo, that's crazy. You want $500 from me? Like that. Listen, if do you have a dog? Have you ever had a dog?
I have a cat.
If you have a cat, I just know this about dogs. My dog like French fries. If he see me with French fries, listen. If he see me with French fries, he gonna look at me like, damn, I can't get a French fry, my nigga. You got 75 of them. So I'm not. I understand. Okay. I've been an entourage member and I've been an executive. I've been in every facet you could possibly be in. Pocket watching is different than perception. Now, perception is, I understand perception too.
Okay.
That don't mean that you're not wrong. You come to my crib, you see 4 cars and all that. You're gonna just think I have some crazy amount of money just laying around. Like, let me tell you one thing, right? Now, I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing. It was this dude I had working with me. So everything I shoot is in my basement.
Yep.
So it's a Rolex box sitting on the stairs in my basement. There's no watch in there. I don't know what it might have been.
But the box is
the
there.
Box is there.
That means there was a Rolex in there at one point.
Yes. So he walking through, he like, damn, you just got Rolexes laying around?
Oh.
Did you know him prior, or this is a new established relationship?
It's a new established relationship, but
he don't know you.
He don't know me like that.
That's a wild thing to say for somebody.
No,
Right, that's what I want to know.
It's very wild, but I didn't have no problem. See, the thing is, like, I didn't have no problem with him coming to my crib because I'm not, like, you play is going to be a long day for you. So,
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't even tripping. But it opened, I was like, damn, I'm bugging. He not even bugging. I'm bugging because this nigga should not be in my crib.
You don't know until you don't know. And now I have a story to share because I'm embarrassed by it. I'm single now. So I be having, niggas come over and I do. Little do y'all know.
I don't like that.
Hold on. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But wait.
She got to do away games only.
Little do y'all know.
Right.
No, facts. Little do y'all know, I do date regular niggas. Like, not every person that I date has $100 million contract and dribble a ball. Not everybody, I date regular guys. And I was talking to my friend about this because I was like, damn, I'm like, shit, I feel like I can't. So I had a guy come over, met him, knew each other, casually. But he came over, spent the night. My Rolex was in the bathroom. And so he used the bathroom. I let himself out and all that. Do you know how embarrassed I was that I just had a nigga in my house that the first thing I thought was, oh shit, let me go check the bathroom to see if my Rolex is still there. And I was like,
what was it about him though? Oh, it was just the fact that he's a stranger.
To me, it was just the fact that I had to sit with myself like, damn, I really got somebody in my house, just laid up with a nigga that in my heart, I know I don't know him enough to know whether or not he took my goddamn Rolex. Mind you, could have never talked to him again. And that's the thing. Whoever saw the Rolex box, people think it's Rolexes are so fucking expensive. They're not AP.
Yes, they are.
But they are.
They're extremely expensive.
Okay.
Yep.
To to certain people.
No, to the average person.
To the average person,
The
they are.
average person
Right,
in
and they don't
America.
know-
But you could get a watch for $5,000.
Oh my God! No,
No, but they don't. But a hood nigga not gonna know there's levels to whether you buy.
What-
Can I say
what-
something
what-
real quick?
Wayno?
No, let me say
I
something
know.
real quick. No, you're bugging the fuck out.
Okay.
See, you've
talking
been
about
doing
bust
so
down,
good.
bust
No,
down.
not even. You've been doing so good for a minute that you have
No,
lost.
I
no,
haven't lost my touch. I
no,
get it.
Listen,
It is
yes,
a lot.
you have. You said you could get a watch for $5,000. The average person in America don't have $4,000 to their name.
I get that.
You know how many? No, listen.
Watch.
You know how many people you
Say
walk past every day that are below average?
lot.
Of 4,000. I bought my daughter. Like my daughter has a Rolex. That was her graduation gift.
Wow.
That was her graduation
You
from
got it.
college gift.
I know that's right.
But I'm just saying, I'm not an average person.
Okay,
I don't
so,
live below that line.
So here's the
Right.
thing, and I get you could talk about, and maybe this is where my scope, and it's not that I'm out of touch, right? Because listen, this is $5,000. Do you know what costs more than this? That a lot of Americans go to? Goddamn theme parks. And I went to Disney this year,
well,
and I went to
okay.
Universal Studios. And the way I looked at the prices of that, and the way these niggas had 3-4 kids and take them to the theme park, that trip to Disney and that trip to Universal is the same cost of a goddamn
You
Rolex
also
watch.
speaking about a person. If anybody has 3-something kids and could take their kids to Disney, that's not an average person. This is what I'm trying to explain.
Average
to you.
people.
Listen. In people's lifetime, in most families'
Yes.
lifetime, they only get to take a vacation once.
Yeah.
Listen, I've known my mother for 42 years. We've never been on a plane together.
That's crazy.
We've never been on. That's
Oh,
not
wow.
crazy. It's
Oh,
not
wow.
crazy. We come from the ghetto.
No, it's crazy because what you mean you ain't take your mama on a trip? Now
No,
I'm
it's not.
judging you.
No.
Because I took my mama to Greece.
No. Listen. By the time I had a family by that time.
Okay.
So I don't have the same time to allocate to my moms that I do my family.
Your
Okay.
own family.
My own family. So
your
when
mother probably wouldn't want you anyway.
my
She's
mom,
like, yo,
listen, my mom still, me and my mom still be saying, yeah, my family name is Papa. Yeah, Papa, you know, I'm still take you and TT on. I be like, I'm cool. I don't need you to take me on a, but you got, this is what I'm saying, the average person. So if you see a nigga that take their kid, 4 kids to Disney World, that's not the average man. You know what the average man is? The average man or woman works at Target.
The average man is judging you about that Rolex box in the goddamn hallway.
He
that
is.
you got just
But
laying
this is what
around.
I'm saying. It's not even his fault. His fault
Okay.
is that I didn't vet him enough.
Okay.
That's all it is. I
Okay.
didn't vet him enough. And keep in mind, I'm doing media out of my home.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Wow.
So it's
Yeah.
like I have to do a
Tricky.
little bit
that's
more
intel.
vetting.
You do.
Yeah,
You do.
it's intel for him because
Yeah.
you don't know him like that.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you, so in the moment that you remembered that the Rolex was in the bathroom, did you wait till he left or did
My
you
dumb
run
ass,
to-
yeah, and I was
or
just
did you
like,
run to
damn,
it?
my dumb ass, I didn't put it away. Like, in my mind, though,
But
I
did
had
you
to
react in a way that he knew what you?
No, he left, and then I was like, fuck, I
Ooh.
hope my watch still in there, because he used the bathroom.
So now that you found the watch was still in the bathroom, did you invite him back at some point? Or y'all good? Or how did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you passed the trust
Yeah,
test.
but now it's just interesting. Like the way you said vetting,
Mm-hmm.
I just got to vet who I let in my home now. And I'm also doing media in my home now, too. So,
gun range to get firearm license.
You don't got a gun?
do you,
You bugging. You from Florida.
okay, I'm from Florida, but I just lived in New York for 13 years.
You
and
did.
I hate, and
But
I
you're
got,
from
and
Florida.
I got 2
Bronx.
floors, so people
Yeah.
say I
You
need
should
2
be-
guns. I need one upstairs and one downstairs.
In the bathroom,
That-
everywhere
that
you
sound-
might go, you need to
that
have
sounds
it.
I like Call of
stressful.
Duty down this bitch. What?
That sounds
You saw what he said. He
stressful.
said that. He said that if dude did something,
You ain't gonna
he
play
would have
that.
a
Oh, yeah.
long day.
Hey, you ain't gonna play it. I'm just saying.
You're going to have
like,
a long day because I'm going to blast you on the internet. Gonna say this, brokey.
You stupid.
Anyways, we have a segment called Double Down or Take It Back, where we bring up something that you said on the internet that we may or may not agree with, but we want to see if you're going to stand on business or if you want to walk back some of your take. Jayson has the clip real quick, and let's see what you had to say.
Okay.
Right.
Or we don't need gatekeepers. And I think that we do need gatekeepers back.
Oh.
I want to talk about the media aspect of it. There's platforms, right? These platforms aren't curated by a network anymore. On the Radar, for instance. Love on the Radar. Those are my guys. Literally watched Gabe, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to sit here and say I was in the trenches with him or nothing, but I've been going to Power 105 for about 15 years, having relationships with everybody over there in iHeart and, you know, tons of people. And watch Gabe start an idea from him interviewing people and turn it into a performance platform. And while I think that On the Radar is great, and it's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that people don't get to see in order for them to build that platform, too many people got access to it.
Mm.
Right? Well, from the block performances. I think from the block performances is dope. But the thing about from the block performances is, when Zay did it, then or we don't need gatekeepers.
Oh damn. Oh,
Okay.
okay. I want to, cause I disagree here. But I wanted to know where were you going after that? Like, what is the problem that you feel? You feel like we need gatekeepers, and what is too much access?
Okay, hold on. Just to let everybody who's listening know, that is I do it myself. You can find it on YouTube.
Period.
Wayno 119. That's my shit. I shoot and edit
And it
everything
looks
by
so
myself.
good. He has a whole Timberland behind him.
Facts. No. So say that again.
I want to know if you genuinely believe that gatekeepers are necessary, specifically in the media space. I want to stay there before getting into music this episode, but also what having too much access means and why it's a problem.
I'm gonna give you a simple. Can anybody come sit right here with you? Anybody?
I don't know what that means.
Can anybody come?
Any guest? Man, they want to be on your show.
Anybody?
On your show next
Anybody
week?
that you could think of that say, "Hey, I do podcasts too." Can they come up here? Have they earned the right to come sit next to you and talk to you?
No.
Okay. So, like I said, on the radar, I put a lot of disclaimers on there because I have a great relationship with those brothers and sisters over there. You know what I mean? They're great people. But too many people can do it. That's why it's not special. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Men and women, does anybody, do you want to walk in a room with your man that you deciding to be with, and every woman that's in there that you know is out there like that could say that they had a piece of your man?
No, but I like sluts.
Wait, let me. That's fine.
Like, I
wait.
kinda like-
I just want to make the point.
Okay.
No, the first thing you said was no.
No, but
No,
yes.
no. You said no.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at no.
Okay.
Right. When it comes to platforms, too many people have access, and that's what deteriorates the craft of what it is you saying you're doing. You tell me you're an artist, right?
Right.
Hey, listen, I think that media is this thing. Everybody should have a chance. Okay, what's the steps that you took to be able to be on this platform? This is a platform, and like I said, I'm going to put 100 disclaimers on this because Gabe is my man, and I never want him to feel no way. That nigga had Drake on his platform. You think that when Jay-Z did Rap City, that any nigga that work at Costco could just walk in there and be like, I could do a Rap City freestyle too?
Right.
I rap just as good. It deteriorates the brand. Because don't get me wrong, the brand is what it is. People gonna mess with it regardless, but I just think that you have to earn that. It's something that you have to earn. Now with media, we said specifically media, right?
Yeah, we can say it media.
With media specifically, right? For myself, don't get me wrong, if you approach me the right way, I'll speak to anybody if you approach me the right way, but everybody can't sit with me on a camera.
Okay,
Everybody
valid.
can. I'm not sitting with every single artist. You want to know why? Because I also have to keep some sort of integrity for my brand and what I represent. Now, people could feel however the fuck they want about that. I don't care.
Okay.
I want to talk to people that I want to talk to, and they want to talk to me. I don't want to be a promo stop for niggas. Yo, I got a mixtape coming out. Yo, let me be on the platform. No.
Right.
So, and I get it because I was listening to you earlier, and I was going to wait to say something about
Go
this.
ahead and say it.
When you were saying about, like, even with media, how much money it is. You going to make money regardless. But we can't, the thing is, you can't chase the money. Because once you can't chase it no more, then you have to figure out what it is with the streaming shit. Streaming is a craft for certain people.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say, yeah, I'm just trying to get the money, that already
I mean, I'm not.
I get what you.
You
my sister. I know where your head is at.
You know where my head is at too, because
but words count.
I get that, but also so does comprehension. And so when I say other things around outside of getting the money, I also talk about loving what I do. I talk about having an opinion and wanting it to be platformed in all of these different ways. So
the greatest word you said was comprehension.
Yes.
That the shit is a skill that people lack.
Oh. I say
Mad
that.
people lack
How many
comprehension.
episodes, Jason, do I say
All the time.
comprehension
All the time.
skills are lacked
But
amongst
that's
us?
what. But that's
Yes.
the only reason. I'm not trying to shit on
Okay,
you.
okay.
I'm just saying it's like, you know, for when you
I'm
say
not into
certain
scat
things.
play.
Exactly. Everybody. I'm just saying, right? I take pride in coming up here to sit with you because I know your grind.
Yeah.
I know your fucking grind. So I'ma come be here with my sister because I know her grind. But that don't mean that everybody could come up here.
I get it. However, when I've talked about the issue in media is gatekeepers as well. Like, so for
That's
me,
an issue too. I'm
like,
sorry. I don't want to
so
interject. That's
where
an
you
issue.
say we need them,
right ones.
I normally have an issue with gatekeepers. I think that us not sharing information with each other about what these contracts and deals look like keep us making less, especially considered to our white counterparts. I think we have to be realistic with even the teams that we have.
Yeah.
Hey, the cameras that we use. Like, I don't like the people that get into this space, succeed, and then essentially gatekeep the information to keep other people, specifically black creators, elevating in the way that they do.
So that's why I didn't add the
mention
context.
gatekeepers, though, we
That's why I
talking
didn't give the context.
Decision makers, gatekeepers, or just
And he's talking about gatekeeping in terms of like curation.
Curation.
Like,
Curation,
literally
okay.
Like Mandy's talking about like sharing information.
I'm
Wayno's
talking about,
literally
okay, you're
gate,
talking
like,
about who gets
everybody
to...
can't go.
I don't think so. This is the thing. I just think that things have to be earned. Like one time I did a panel with No ID, and No ID was like, "Yo, if you want to be an electrician, there is classes you have to take.
Yeah.
It's things you have to pass. You can't just say
To be
that you're an
certified, yeah.
I'm certified, right?
Yeah.
For people, you know how many people say that they are artists? Like I'm an artist. No, I'm an artist. I'm an artist. And then majority of what they do is copy and paste to the last person they see.
Ooh.
So there's no individuality,
Yeah.
which in turn holds shit back. Now, I'm not saying that a person don't deserve a shot. I'm just saying that people need to earn their shot. Your shot can't be, yo, we need content, so just let them in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we need more
I got what
content.
you're saying, yeah.
So it's like, all right, if I was a person who, because I haven't launched my platform where I speak with people, but if I was a person that I talk to anybody, how special is my platform?
So then let me ask you, though, in terms of output, right? Because it's what we see even, and listen, I'm a fan and I'm also a friend of a lot of people up there. It's what we see in terms of output, though. And so I'm curious as to how you navigate a show when you start putting out, hey, if you do one episode a week, what is that, 51, 52 episodes for the year?
That ain't shit.
Cool, but guess what is? 52 people that you care to sit and have a conversation with. So it reminds me of the Joe Budden podcast, who, even though he has 100 co-hosts with him, he's now having to lean into interviewing people because conversations can get stale. And now how many people actually deserve to sit up there with him? Not just anybody, but when you lean into a guest-based show like an On the Radar, who is a performance-based, interview-based platform,
Guest-based.
guest-based, you're going to have to lean into sometimes people you don't want to sit and talk to, because how many people really do you know or do you care to even talk to as a human being?
See, all right, so look.
But everybody can't get on LA Leakers or Just Incredible,
They
right?
can't.
They
But
can't.
all right, so you said Joe Budden podcast, right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing with Joe Budden podcast is that the thing of his brand, regardless, is hearing him talk with people. It's never just been him by himself.
Never.
No matter how
Valid.
many people he's changed out, it's never been him by himself. So, but the thing is that when you have a person on there, that's ancillary. That's extra.
Okay.
Because people are so used to. So this is the approach that I took with doing my shit, because everything was, oh, Wayno, you need a co-host, you need academics, or you need this. When I did, remember I did your podcast? When I did
Y'all
your
don't
podcast,
even know I wanted Wayno as my co-host.
No,
for
listen,
this.
yo, after I did
Yeah,
that shit,
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Wayno, I love you. I
bro,
want
I
you.
started getting this nickname online as the sixth man of podcast. So people were saying, oh, he's better going on somebody else's shit. So I took.
Oh, wait. Tell them about how Joe wanted Wayno. Hold on. This is something y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. I'm finna tell them.
I
tell
don't.
them.
What are you saying?
Yes, you do.
super
Yes, you do.
exclusive.
So when See the Thing Is went from 3 to 2, immediately there was like okay, well, we want to keep this a third. And the reason why at one point it needed to be a third was because my contract with Decisions, Horrible Decisions, was that I couldn't have another duo-based show that talked about. That's even why we had a third to begin with on Say the Thing Is.
Right.
I have a contract with Weezy about what content I could do with another co-host. Didn't help that I was also sitting next to another biracial. You know what I mean? So literally when we started having different guests come on, Wayno was one of the first guests to come on, and baby, it worked. We liked it. So much so to where Joe was like, this is it. Let's get a guy. Joe starts hitting us up like, I think Joe might have had a couple calls, or at least Ian. They were trying to get a contract to figure out how
It didn't get that far to me.
Man,
No,
look,
I'm gonna keep.
no, because you cut it off quick. You were like, yeah, fuck, I don't want to sit next to them two biracial bitches.
No, it's not that.
But literally, almost immediately, Joe was like, Wayno's it. Let's try to get Wayno as a third. I mean, it didn't go very far, but He at one point was considered to be.
But the thing, so what happened also was I had already signed a deal with Amazon.
Yeah,
and, then
and we
it was
didn't
a
know
few
that. It
people-
wasn't announced
A
yet.
few people wanted to sign me to deals, right? A few people was like, yo, what you about to do next? And then I
Ooh,
had
you
the
was hot
podcast.
grease.
Now I was hot. I ain't gonna front because I did the podcast. I had my own podcast
You
too.
supposed to be on Black Effect too.
Yeah,
See?
exactly.
Oh, you what? Look,
We was on
everybody wanted
we was
Wayno.
on the team call. He didn't know my government name.
Yeah.
So it was extreme.
And I was like,
who's Aaron? He's like, who's Aaron? And, what up, nigga?
That's like it came. That's like oh shit. But
Yeah.
what it was I started telling everybody like, let me do what I could do on my own.
Yeah.
Like I just come from doing. This was never my plan, and I just come from doing this shit for 3 years with 2 other people. So
Yeah.
let me see what I could do on my own. But
And that is what you said. I will
Yeah.
say, respectfully, you were like, yo, I just got out of
wait,
something
where was
with
we
2
at?
people.
Because I was trying to make a point before you went on that.
We
We was talking. Oh, the podcast and shit.
yes, the podcast.
Right. So you
And,
said
and
about
how if you're sitting with this many
So-
people, how do you
All right.
not
You're talking
at some
6-man,
point get
Yeah,
to
this- right. So all right. So my thing to that was right because you said 52. If you do 52 episodes, the thing is that in today's game, people have to see you 15 times to see you once.
oh,
They
okay.
they literally got to see you 15
Okay.
times to be able to say, I see what you're doing. So,
Okay.
but there's a very, very thin line between persistence and annoyance, right? Like if for myself, if I wanted, I promise you, tomorrow I could be way bigger as a media personality if I started antics.
Yeah, you said I'm not slutting myself out.
If I
but
start
you also
talking
don't
about
do
niggas,
clickbait. Like you,
I don't even
you
know.
don't-
Listen, I ended up in some clickbait shit, and I didn't even know how
what
I
was
did
it? Please, please share.
No, for real, the Dreamville shit.
Because they're clickbaiting
Oh
you.
yeah.
But the Dreamville shit.
Oh
but,
yeah,
but,
I remember.
But see, I didn't have no ill intent. What it was if we having general conversation about anything, just on some regular shit, I think that's just whatever. That's
Yeah.
cool. Like if we sit and we behind this, we talk about LeBron and Mike, and I'm like, yo, I was chilling with the TDE niggas, and most of them think LeBron is better than Mike. I'm just speaking generally.
You're right.
I'm gonna keep it 100. As long as I've been on the internet on camera, I do not know how the shit work. No, for real.
Okay.
So I did when I did Dreamville. I've had a great
Yeah.
relationship with Dreamville over the years. So
Yeah.
it's certain nigga we arguing about Kendrick and Drake. So I'm thinking
And you don't think it's
Shout out
a
to
thing?
Felton.
I didn't know. I promise with Lahi Dean, I did not know that like saying something like that was me trying to get a rise out of something.
But to be honest, when that came out, or when you had that conversation, it was before the big 3 argument.
No, it
debate,
was not.
right? It was
No,
during it. It was during the height of it.
It was during the time when
Cole
J.
did
Cole
Apology.
did 7-minute drill.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did
Okay,
remember that's the
okay,
last
okay,
time I
okay.
seen
Yes,
you
yes,
at Dreamville.
yes, at Dreamville.
So we had Dreamville. Everybody arguing, talking.
Talking about
I'm
you,
not
right.
thinking that it's like this deep shit about if I say
Wait. Was that the year that Drake was there but didn't
This was
go up
last
there?
year. This is
That
No,
was
that
last
was 2. It was 2 years ago.
20.
Yeah, no, that was 2023.
No, it was last year.
That was last year.
2024.
Because this year
Oh, wait,
wasn't
this
on-
year- this year,
they
that's
didn't. I didn't host
Right.
it.
That's right.
That
you
was
weren't-
last
It was
year.
last
Yep.
year. Last year.
So what I said, I'm like, yeah, I said some of the Dreamville niggas think that Kendrick is overrated, bro.
Listen,
No, but this
Shout out
one.
to
So
Dreamville.
Jay, this is what you like clickbait, right? I did not know. I swear to everything.
that was gonna be.
But I did not know that it was gonna be a big thing.
but
Because
it's you that said it. It's Dreamville. People know the dynamics. They,
no, but
ooh.
people took it like the way they took it like. I be at Cole's house at Christmas, and we all was sitting around, and he was like, and all of them was like Kendrick, like
Right.
that's the way they made it. I swear to everything, I did not know that that's how that shit worked. Cause then somebody
Yeah.
clipped it, and then they said, "Oh, I think he talking about JID."
Oof.
And then
No,
JID,
they did do that, and then JID respond like it became.
it was a
it-
thing,
it- it became a thing.
and then they was like, then it was like the Dreamville, like, oh, niggas doing shit for clicks. I'm like, I don't even know how none of this works.
Did you ever have to follow up with them?
I was gonna say,
and
did
have
you
a conversation?
apologize
Listen,
behind the scenes or?
Apologize
Not
for
apology.
what?
Not apology.
Okay,
Listen, I'm not-
okay,
listen, I'm not even
My bad,
saying-
it's the
No, not
apology.
a-
Oh,
Nah,
it's
I'ma
the
keep-
apology.
Oh.
Nah, I'ma
Did
keep-
you ever- but because of relationships. did
Yeah,
you
what
ever
was
have
the
a
conversation?
No, I listen. I did fall out with somebody I was cool with.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at the same time, this nigga started saying shit that it sounded like he always wanted to say to me. That ain't have nothing to do with what I said.
So it's personal now. It becomes personal.
Yeah, because look, like this the thing, right? Then I had conversations with people, and I was like, oh, like I had a conversation with somebody, and I was like, I didn't mean it in that context, but I understand how it looks.
Right.
Secondly,
I mean, but again, comprehension skills, perception, all the ways
what
in
I'm
which
saying
you said
is
it.
what I
people-
did was
yeah.
I really worked the internet that day without working the internet. I did not know that was gonna go like, cause for me, I'm sitting in my crib, pressing record, editing it, and putting it out. And my channel ain't big. So I don't think of it as Wayno said
You
this.
never know what's going to go, though.
But but this is what I'm saying. Listen, the way I talk, like you see how you said a person, when you first described me, you said a person from the music industry. I'm a nigga from 119th and Lexington.
Right. That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like everything, the way I talk is like me being on my block. That's my mindset. I don't never think about how it affects people. I'm just starting to learn that because keep in mind, that's my first year doing media by myself. If I would have did that on Complex, somebody would be like, nah, let's take that out. You know what I mean? It's been times where certain shit was said, they like, nah, let's take that out.
No, I
Gatekeeping, Wayno, by the way.
I mean, shit.
Gatekeeping. All right, so that's the other part of it, Jay.
Somebody helping you out.
I mean, to me, it's unfortunate because I mean, even when I was just talking about Mello in the last episode, you're like, is that known? Is that out? Like, I remember I ended up, and it sucks because I didn't want it, and I'm still a huge fan of her. I love her, but I don't think she'll ever want me around. But I messed up an opportunity with Lotto, just sharing something that I didn't know was anything.
Goddamn.
Listen, no, and I love her. I love Lotto. But even I ended up getting phone calls because I know people. So basically, when it was, I think it was right before her 777 album or the Lucky album, she was supposed to be doing like some huge like in-person installation with AI and all these screens. They wanted me to host it, and I went on. I think this is when I had See the Thing Is, and it was when she did an interview talking about some nigga that was featured on her album. Was trying to come at her in terms of her doing something for a verse, right? Yeah. And she shared the story but didn't put a name on the bullet.
Right.
Well, the internet took that it was Kodak because Kodak was on the album. Well, I hopped on my little platform and shared that I knew who it was. And when I shared it, mind you, here's the thing. I know her team. So niggas on her team hit me because then they were like, did you talk to this bitch? And they're cussing me out because I shared who it was. And I was like, no, I know who it is because I know a bitch that fuck him. And he told me all this. Anyways, it was a gossip and shit because at the end of the day, y'all don't know, I'm not a hoe no more, but I still know all the hoes fucking everybody and I know everybody business. But like, I still have niggas hit me like, hey, you heard my name lately? I just need to know because one of my bitches is mad at me and I need to know what's going around being talked about me. But it was Wayne that did the thing. I shared it, and literally from there, team was like, damn, bro.
You know what's crazy?
Lotto mad that you know, and I was like, damn, I'm still team Lotto. Love Lotto. By the way, Lotto, hopefully I get to see you and we can hash things out. None of your team told me anything. It was actually one of Wayne's bitches. But yeah.
I hearing y'all talk, right, I saw something in myself that I purposely hold myself back because of relationships. But hearing you talk about how you had to deal with that,
It sucks.
you kind of don't have, you can't give a fuck because
you can't.
because
You have to. There's certain people.
I want to hear what you guys say. I want to say something.
Because I feel like without that interaction happening, you would have not known that said person that you didn't specify felt a way about you personally.
Valid.
So that means that they would have been playing the industry game because of something that you are passionate about, which is normal, regular conversations as a hip hop fan.
Yeah.
Right?
But you know, I mean, ultimately, he's a bitch. But I'm no, for real, because I'm gonna keep it 100. Like
it would have came out anyway.
I'm not listen. I don't try to.
If the bitch gonna come out.
I'm never. Listen, let me tell you something. I never said nothing to nobody because I was mad.
Right.
If I tell you how I feel, it's because that's how I really feel.
Period.
So I'm not like, if you say something negative to me about me, and you could have been mad, it could have been how you felt, I'm gonna just take that as it is because I don't treat situations like that, right? Like if somebody do something that I dislike, and then I tried to talk to the person, like I was like, yo, like, cause guess what? Like I'm not no tough guy, but I'm stupid. So for a second I'm like, I was about to say something really stupid to him, like, cause for real.
Harlem was gonna come out.
Not even. I'm a grown fucking man.
Right.
You're not going to just be talking to me however you
Any
feel like
type
you
of
talk. Y'all niggas don't do. I can't do 10 push-ups. You're not going to be talking to me crazy. So I said something. I said, nah, let me not, because I got love for this nigga, let me not even say that. And then he came back and said some more shit. I said, all right, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? That's just a relationship I had to lose. But the thing about the relationships is them shits be fake anyway.
They be so fake.
And I'm not saying that about Dreamville in its totality because they put me in great positions to look good on their platform. And without them putting me in those positions, it's checks I wouldn't have gotten.
But it's also just, it's industry, it's entertainment. Also, bringing
These
it to
niggas
corporate.
is not my friend. Listen, they
your
was
coworkers aren't your friends.
but they not going to be.
They're not your friends. They're your coworkers.
You know what I mean?
What I understand is there's that majority of the people that I deal with in this shit is not going to be at my funeral. That just is what it is. Like, Mandy, me and you known each other over 10-something years.
Yeah.
This my sis. Every time she'd be like, Wayno, come on, let's go. I'd be like, nah, I don't. And she
don't
and then she'd ask me why. I'd be like, I don't feel like being around these people because I've been in this shit, bro. I've been in this shit since Jay-Z was first dating Beyonce. I done seen so much fake. Yeah, I'm old. I done seen so much fake shit. I just and I don't.
I got some dope Reeboks from him one time. You
Facts.
know, like,
Not the Reeboks.
I was a Reebok brand ambassador.
Oh, shit.
Nah, for real, yeah.
Damn, I ain't never get no
that's when
shoes.
Reebok had shifted their design, was all crazy. It was dope. I was like,
I just don't want it. The thing is like I just don't want to be out here trying to fake like I like because I've been the person to try to fake.
That shit's draining.
And then no, listen. I've been the person that's been, and I won't even call it fake because every relationship I built was on a cordial position.
Sure.
And then when you ask a person something, yo, is it possible I could do this? Then they just don't say nothing. They're like, bro, just say no. Don't treat me like I'm begging you for something. I never asked not one person in this shit for nothing but an opportunity. And if the worst thing you could tell me is no, my mother, nobody's no hurt more than my mother's. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. That's the reason why I started doing my own media.
I like it.
Because I don't want nobody telling me what the fuck to do.
Period.
Excuse me for ranting, but I just don't like nobody telling me what to do.
Okay.
Fuck all these niggas.
And I don't like working with partners, so I'm glad. Like, I mean, I would have loved working with you, but that's why I'm doing this shit by myself, nigga.
Hey.
But also
working
to,
with people.
to put the period on the intro because we got Wayno, so I want to get a lot of music.
Oh yeah,
talk
we getting music
with
talk.
him. But for the gatekeeping is protecting stuff, right? So sometimes you're protecting your feelings, sometimes you're protecting other feelings, sometimes you're protecting your talent, or and to Gabe's point, just to
I'm
use
not
an
mad at that.
example of on the radar, it's protecting something that he built, right? And it's like you don't want everybody in your house. He built his house brick by brick. Sometimes everybody can't come in, right?
Facts.
And so sometimes gatekeeping is just that, right? Like, or if you're a genuine person, and sometimes you're gatekeeping, like I'm genuine and you're being fake, and so I got to close that off, right? And so to the point of like what you said on the clip of the current state of hip hop, like sometimes gatekeeping works. Sometimes you need that.
And sometimes it's detrimental because I like the fact that you brought up like the business. I wouldn't mean about the business shit.
We were on two different sides.
Two
of that.
things could be right.
Well, let's get into music, guys.
Let's talk about
And this
music.
is where we might disagree, agree. We'll see. We're gonna start with Lizzo, who recently talked about Song of the Summer. There's actually been quite a few people talking about this Song of the Summer debate. There's been the conversation of labels messing up releases that should have been songs of the summer, but they dropped too late in the summer. We have a clip real quick to kick off this conversation around her thoughts on why there was no Song of the Summer. And then Wayno actually thinks there was, so we're going to get into that. All right, we're going to get into it. This is what Lizzo had to say.
Multiple Grammy Award winning artist with multiple number ones and multiple platinum plaques, soon to be diamond plaque. If you are upcoming in this industry, you should watch this video. The music industry is in complete shambles right now, and you can use that to your advantage. Back in the day, the music industry was very algorithmic, as any other industry was, but that industry was controlled to a certain extent. Now that we are in the digital streaming age, there is no control over the algorithm, and it is stressing people the fuck out, myself included. Every major artist besides Beyonce has dropped music this year, or is planning to drop music this year, or has featured on somebody's record this year. I dropped a mixtape over the summer. I had SZA and Doja Cat
It was
on
cute.
it.
I liked it too.
Dropped the deluxe to my mixtape today. And yet there are still people who don't even know I dropped music. Hi, I'm a
You want to go to the next
she-
one?
do you wanna go to the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
one?
we can
Yeah.
talk about that.
artist from Lady Gaga to Drake has dropped albums this year. And yet everyone is saying there's no song of the summer. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It's not because the music isn't incredible. It's because the way that the algorithm is set up, no one can serve the masses anymore. This industry used to be based on serving the masses, basically like servicing your song out to certain channels and certain radio stations. The internet space wasn't so congested. There was a clear channel back in the day for major artists to put their music out and serve the masses. Now you have to serve your people. I started a private
I'm fine
page
with that. I'm
just
fine with
for-
that. With her saying that. I don't like how you're looking at me. A few things. And I agree with her. I don't think there was a song of the summer, by the way, in terms of mass consumption, mass popularity, and one across all genres. Which, if I go back to myself growing up, hear me out. Back then, we had. And I'm gonna say top 40 when we're talking about this. I don't want to lean into top song of the summer for hip hop, song of the summer for R&B, song of the summer for country. Growing up, there used to be a song that it didn't matter if you were in a restaurant, if you were going shopping, if you were in your car, you heard it almost everywhere, right? Right or wrong. I don't believe that we had that record this summer. We did not. And he's laughing.
I can't wait for Wayno.
I don't. No. I agree with her. Now, I do believe it's to the way that we consume the way that we consume music, the way we're able to find music, and the way we listen to a song and then we're waiting for the next person to drop. We're not even to me, one of the records that I wish did better, that I think is phenomenal artistically, I think the video was dope, is Doja Cat's new record, Jealous. Oh my God. Love it. I think she's a fucking pure artist. She's a pop star. It's great. It didn't go.
Not that it couldn't go. It's just that
it didn't go.
You mentioned back in the day, how we consume music and how it's being pushed and how we're getting it as consumers is different from before. We used to get the record from the radio outlets because we used to actually listen to the radio constantly.
Gatekeeping.
Well, no, it's not even gatekeeping as much as we're now listening to it on our phones.
Now it's like music discovery.
Oh yeah, look. All right, Wayno ready to come in.
Streaming, music discovery, all of these different things kind of altered how we get that song of the summer as opposed to what you said back in the day.
Right.
The metrics are
okay,
different.
so then let me ask you. Let me ask you and Jayson before we get to Wayno, who want to chew our asses out. What song do you think was song of the summer? And Jayson, I want you to answer if you think there was one, and if so, what it was.
I don't think there was one.
Okay, so
the closest there would be one, I think it's probably like a country artist, and I think people don't want to acknowledge that it was. Like
which song?
I can't remember. It's like Morgan Wallen with Tate McRae. I don't. It's not my bag, so I don't know the song title off the top. But it's a Morgan Wallen song that was
okay. And A King, what is your thoughts?
So I guess I'm not looking at the other genres. I'm speaking specifically.
You're gonna speak to urban. Okay, so lean in.
Lizzo, she's pop, urban, hip hop, right?
She is.
That's what I'm thinking that she's speaking to.
Speaking to. Okay.
The metrics that we have is the charts. The metric that we have is our ear when you go to the supermarket or the store.
When you go
or
anywhere,
if you see
right?
What the intros of ESPN or one of the sports segments. I think that contributes.
What was
to
the
that.
song of the summer?
Luther.
SZA and Kendrick.
Based on the metric. No.
Wayno is shaking his.
Based on the
your
metric.
head finna fall
based
off,
on
Wayno.
the metric. I'm saying based on.
Okay, you think Luther?
13 weeks on the chart.
I disagree.
ESP.
I think that was spring.
Insertion.
It wasn't a summer hit, and it's not the song that you heard when you went outside.
Okay.
Y'all done? Go ahead, Wayno.
Go for it.
All right. No, for real.
Yeah,
First off,
here we go.
She kept saying masses, right? So I'm a person that I speak pretty literal.
Okay.
So I want to look up the word masses.
Oh
right?
God.
Let's go.
Here we go.
A coherent, typically large body of matter with no definite shape.
Okay.
Damn.
Right? A large number of people or objects crowded together. All right?
Okay.
Assemble or cause to assemble into mass or one body. All right. Cool.
Okay. So we would say the
Wait,
second
I'll let
definition
you
there.
say-
I like how
said-
you did that. We
yeah,
got to get
I
back
like
to
that.
that
Go
too.
ahead.
We got to
Go
get
ahead.
back to
Words mean things.
First
he
of
said.
all,
Absolutely.
why all of us sitting here talking like record executives about metrics and fucking charts and all of that, when that's not why we like anything we ever liked? When you was young, when I was young, when you was young, Jay, did any of us know what the fuck
No.
Dark and Hell is Hot sold the first week? Did any of us know what Get At Me Dog was doing on the charts? I mean, there was people who knew
Not
that.
in real time. No. We
I
said-
didn't bring up charts.
We
I
were
didn't bring
reading
up
about
charts.
it.
Listen.
We were
I
reading
ain't bring
about
up
it in
So
30-day
why?
cycles.
No, yet you brought up numbers and
That's
No,
right.
I said where
metrics.
we listen to everything. I didn't bring up metrics.
Wait, hold on.
I ain't bring up
yes,
metrics.
you did. All right. Listen. So you telling me now the thing about Lizzo, love Lizzo and all that. She old.
What you mean
She old. No, listen. I'm old.
She's a
Go
vet.
ahead.
She's a vet.
She
She's a
old.
vet. She's a
Okay.
vet.
Are you saying she's old because of what she's using to judge it by, or just because
She's
just her age?
first of all, she used two things.
She is
used-
37 years old.
She old.
She old.
Yeah.
She old, and
She got tenure now.
All right, so You know what the song of the summer is?
What's that?
What?
Whim Whammy, Pluto.
That's a Jermaine Dupri said.
Whim Whammy by Pluto.
But you-
Listen.
But,
Wait,
but you're saying hip hop,
hip hop.
or you're saying like
Whim Whammy,
Okay.
Pluto. You want to know why? Because when has what the charts have told us determine what we see and feel. You could say however you feel. You look at people who are consuming something massively, right? From all the kids that's running this shit up that done turned it into a hit from TikTok, that's translated to where they had to play it on radio, to where Morris Chestnut is using it for his fucking reels.
I disagree.
Wait a second, I'm not done. I'll let you say what you had to say.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because what we determine, now that we're all old, what we determine for a fucking
Yeah, you
hit.
old too now.
Yes,
nigga.
you're
Yeah,
old
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Calm
yeah.
down. Calm
What
down.
we
calm down,
determine
calm
a
down.
hit is we start talking all this number shit and you know it didn't reach top. You said top 40. You said that.
I use that too. I said
You said top 40. Listen,
yeah,
we
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
never went to top 40 to tell us what was culturally impactful. Never. That song, that Pluto song, Whim Whammy. Now, we also can't determine where we hear it at. Because if I say I hear it, I could tell you 100 places I heard that song at where you said you didn't.
Whim Whammy?
Yeah.
But that's part of it. That's part of what you're supposed to do.
I've been in fucking New York. I was in New York and they running that. When I was in New York the last time, they was running that shit back to back to back. Every place that I've traveled this year, people have been running that song. Not just kids,
I was about to say, you
too.
bringing up TikTok, like there's been a lot of songs that became hits from TikTok that I don't think ended up with a title like Song of the Summer or Song
That
of
is
the
the
Year.
song.
because
Listen, if
Whim
that shit
Whammy
is
is
the
not-
F and F,
Whim Whammy, I can't even
that
agree
shit is
with
just that shit is just as big as F and F was a couple of years ago.
No, not
How
even close.
F and F was? Yes,
Not
it
even
was.
close.
Yes, it is. How F and F was big. See, you want to know why? Because you old.
No, I be with the young bitches.
No, you don't
And
have
I
to even be with the.
And I be outside.
You don't have to be
I'm-
with them. You just gotta
Bruh.
see the energy. If I'm telling you, you just have to see the energy. If you start looking, and that's what I'm saying, you start talking in the numbers. Why did Lizzo jump on the song? Why did she do a freestyle over the song? She's a fucking. She started off a video. I've sold millions of records. I have number ones. I have number twos and tens. I got top 40s.
yeah.
Then why the fuck you jump
But-
on that song if it wasn't the biggest song of the year?
Yeah.
Tell
But
me
Wayno,
why you
let me
jumped
ask
on the
you-
song.
Let me ask you a question though. I agree Whim Whammy is it for like hip hop, but
Yeah.
do you agree that to Mandy's point, what she's saying,
Mhm.
out of all genres, like
I don't listen to all
espresso-
genres, bro. I'm just keeping it
But,
a
but, it,
thousand.
but my point is, it'll come to you. Like I don't listen to Sabrina Carpenter, but that song came to me. Last
That
year. It was
espresso
just
song was
everywhere.
everywhere.
It was just everywhere. So like I think when we're talking about Summer of the Summer, what Mandy's saying is like that type of song is regardless if it's your genre or not, it comes to you because it's everywhere.
And that's my thing.
And-
Whim Whammy is not being played. Even and I used to talk about it, right? Like Migos, Future, like hip hop to how it's had like a cultural impact. I remember me and Crystal, we were in Vegas, nigga. You go to fine dining. You hear me? Guess what they playing? Fucking Migos, Future, hip hop. The fact that Whim Whammy is a song that has not transcended from a global standpoint, from
Global
a super,
stamp-
not even
yo.
global, in terms of like
What are we
culture.
talking
If
about?
we're talking about Song of the Summer, you hear that shit everywhere. Whim Whammy is not one of them goddamn records.
bugging.
I'm
But
not hearing Whim Whammy
but
at
I
house.
think to his point,
I'm hearing Migos at house.
maybe how are we listening differently from a demographic from let's say 18 to
good
20,
question.
25?
We are old, yo.
No, I'm
Bro.
saying,
Good
are we listening to? Are 18 to 25 listening to Spotify, Apple, all the streaming platforms? Are they just going merely to TikTok? Are we all listening
The same way?
Because radio still exists, but I don't think the kids are listening to
Oh, I'm
radio.
not
Maybe
even
I'm
listening
wrong.
to
I don't
radio
know.
like that. I'm not listening to radio. Like I don't have a car. So
That part. So,
I don't listen on the radio.
So then.
I mean, I'm not on radio, so I'll see.
So YouTube.
Huh?
So then there's YouTube.
How
we
do you
watching YouTube
consume
instead?
music now? Wayno?
I don't even be yo.
We let him
I
argue
listen to
Song of the
Spotify.
Summer.
No, that's a good
I-
question,
I,
yeah.
I listen to
Some music
Spotify. So this is the thing. But I also, and this is another point I wanted to make. Song of the year or the summer means different things for different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chains and Whips might be your song of the summer. You know what I mean? Like that might be your song of the summer. That might be with in the world you live in. That might be all y'all niggas is bumping.
Okay.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like the Whim Whammy song. I don't think that there's anybody in any age demographic that could say in hip hop. I can't speak for all
Right.
genres.
Right,
and
right.
Whim Whammy is not gonna be. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm saying we having a crazy conversation because when have we ever had a conversation about a hip hop song being the top song of everything? We don't
I mean,
have that.
last year.
I
Yeah,
do think that
that's an
happens
anomaly
sometimes.
though. That's
Okay,
lightning.
okay,
okay. Yeah, yeah.
That's lightning in a
But
bottle.
But don't you think it's a lightning about almost every year for a different?
No. Because don't listen. Specifically, I don't even know the year. What was the name? Was
I also disagree with you.
by Chief Keef. Even if you do not listen to Chief Keef at all, you do not even like Chief Keef. You know Finito and you know what's that other song? Don't Like, right?
Right.
Them songs was not nominated for Song of the Year. March Madness. Probably Future's biggest record was not nominated for. So what are we talking about?
We're not talking about nominations, but we are talking about impact and where you're hearing them.
But
You
what I'm
heard those
saying
records
is
everywhere.
like it don't have to be. What I'm saying, the only point I'm making is it don't have to be considered for Grammy or any of that for it to be a
I
song
agree.
of the summer or a
I agree
song
with
of the
you
year.
there.
It don't have to be that. And depending on who you are, it might be the new MF Doom song that's your song of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Music is all subjective. So music, if we're not talking like music executives and talking about charts, and I don't give a fuck about no charts.
Same, but we're not
Right.
in terms of previous years though. We collectively have been able to say, yo, this song we couldn't fucking get away from. I'm not saying that about Win Whammy.
You old, yo.
Yo, shut the fuck up.
I'm
Yeah.
telling
But
you.
do you think? Wait, no. Do you think even like? Because I hear what you're saying. Like, because
Yeah.
culturally, we're not counting any of that stuff. Culturally, it's Wham Whammy, and then you said to the point like we're all having our own kind of song of the summer. Do you think it's even pointless? Because you mentioned like 10 minutes ago, you're talking about consumption, and even when Mandii asked you like how you listening to, and not even like what platform you listen to, music comes to us in all kinds of different ways.
It does.
Do you think like the song of the summer? Trying to collectively group all these genres and all that, like it's just not even. It's like a pointless conversation.
I think because when we talk, like keep in mind, yo, when we're talking from a perspective of hip hop culture.
Yeah.
So unless we having a conversation about like if hip hop culture is the most dominant this year, then I think that doesn't matter if we talking about what the song of the summer is, because I'm not looking for the white lady that shops at Zell's to know what Win Whammy is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Zales
looking
is crazy.
for that ass though. I don't even know what
yeah.
that. But that lady exists.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for her to know what the song is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying for the space that we speaking in, we have to acknowledge when people is putting in work. And my only point, because Lizzo said it, I do agree the fact. Listen, music is different, business wise, sound wise, identity wise, it's different. But there's a reason why you jumped on that girl song for free. You knew it was going to get you hot.
Maybe
Okay,
the
but,
hottest-
also,
you
but,
the
but not
hottest
only,
record out.
but not only that, let's talk about jumping on songs or jumping on even remixing, right?
yeah.
Because we have everyone jumping on Folded right now. We have everyone that dropped on the Chris Brown record with Bryson Tiller doing the dance and remixing it. They all did the same with Leon Thomas. Like with Mutt, we got about fucking 6 different versions of it to where depending on what version come on, you be like, God damn it, I didn't want this version. And so Lizzo jumping on this record doesn't even still necessarily make it that title of Song of the Summer when it's what we're seeing done.
No.
to
People have done
mad
that.
songs.
People have done that since the beginning of time. People have always jumped on. We talking about. Listen, I'm just saying what she said. She's talking. Yo, this girl done won Grammys.
Yeah,
Yo, you know how hard it is to get a Lizzo verse.
Oh yeah, no.
You
And it's
can't
very
just-
expensive.
But look at the
I'm
reason
sure.
why she's speaking like this. She's speaking like this because
she not popping.
she's in the front. No.
Right now, she said it.
But
She
not,
said I
not
dropped
that,
the
not
mixtape
that
and
the,
nobody listened
not
to
that
it.
the music,
I listened to it.
Not
It
that the
was
music
good.
is
You
not
old.
good. Not that the music is not good, but the way the business of music is right now, it's hard for her to get her music out to the audience that she's talking about.
Because-
so she's
Nah, they mad she lost
so she
weight.
wants us to do this case study about the algorithm, the song of the
Because-
summer. As it
But
relates
is
to people.
she saying it's hard for people? I think she's saying her fans knew about it. I feel like she's saying it's hard for me to
Well,
get
no, she,
other.
and that's what she's saying. You gotta
because now
push
you
to
got to
your fan
listen.
base.
Remember what I said about you got to be seen 15 times to
To
be
be
seen
seen
once.
once,
You
yep.
want to know why? Because and I'm not even knocking her. She's motherfucker. Like Lizzo ain't no pushover.
No, Lizzo is her.
She's a fucking talent. One of the most talented artists we've seen in a long time. She not about to be doing 25 things to put on IG or to put on her YouTube so that you could listen to her song, because when she came in 2017, she did not have to
She
do
didn't
that.
have to do all
That's
that.
the whole
Valid.
adjustment. I know we're going to talk about Cardi B. You see how much, listen, Cardi B is a multi-platinum diamond artist. She fucking walking on the train,
Train, yeah,
doing
that-
all
Wait,
type.
why do you, so you think she's doing that because of where it's at? Do you not?
No,
because
She's already priming to do that.
Cardi has a personality.
She does.
People love
She
her
does.
personality
I say
more
that all the
than her
time.
music,
Yep.
if not just as much.
For sure.
But Cardi B has to. She's in a place where she has to play. This the shit you got to do. You have to be doing shit in order to be seen. People think content mean create a dance for TikTok. That's not what content means.
No, that's not what it is at all.
It means creating, like when you have a channel, right? Jay, King, why do we sit on ESPN all day? Because they have 20 different shows, but they keep bringing it back to SportsCenter.
And they
They
do.
have 20 different shows, but we'll sit and watch. How many times has your woman be like, yo, you watching this shit?
It's the same
all
shit.
day. Like,
They're talking about the same thing.
but when people make channels, they don't understand that the channel is for you to do multiple things on. It's not just for your video no more. It's not just for you to say, hey, when I made this song, I was just in a certain type of mind space. No, nigga, we need 50 things from you so we could understand why we need to like it once. And it's fucked up.
But was it before? And is it because we now have it in our hands?
Yes.
Because everyone's also saying what Cardi's doing is the old school way of rolling out. But you're saying it's the new thing that needs to be.
It's two things. It's one and the same. It's
Okay.
one and the same because it ain't like everybody ain't have to do promo. But guess what? There is no radio personality for Cardi B to go sit with to promote her project that's gonna make people listen to it.
Valid.
Like even Breakfast Club, it's not the same as it was before.
Right.
Like if you had a good Breakfast Club interview, a good fucking song, and you had like good marketing, you was selling records. That's not the way no more. And you gotta go see. Hey, Casanat, what you doing?
You gotta go and eat food on the stream.
She just now announced that she's doing Phantom.
Podcasting
I know
changed
she
that.
did. I can't wait to see that. By
Get
the way,
both Dominican.
I love
it,
Phantom.
It counts.
Oh my God, Phantom just did this GQ shit where he
fucks
sat.
with Phantom.
Yeah.
Do you see the shit he did with GQ? He sat at the corner store, the restaurant in New York, and when I said, oh my God, I need all of this content from him.
Phantom
I
is
need
dope.
more.
I fuck
Phantom
with
is
him.
great.
No, he fire.
I hate that they fell out, but
I hate
that's
that
what
too.
people.
But
I hate it.
podcasting changed how that's even.
Yes.
Because it's long form.
Because
You
it was
gotta
a time when on
Yep.
the Combat Jack show we would try to reshape how managers and A&Rs would present the music. They'd be like, "Yo, can we play this? Like, you can't play music, and we want to talk and have the experience with the said artist." So now I think radio adopted to that metric now.
They did,
right?
and you have
said,
to.
"Okay, yeah, we'll get to that mix show, whatever, but we want to get to the content.
gotta talk to
We
the-
want to
yep.
talk about the salacious shit. We want to talk about your mama, your daddy, and all the things."
Who you
See,
dating?
when y'all was doing it, we had to like that was the extra because it was such a new thing. When we was coming, like when I had East and we was coming to y'all, it was such a new thing that it's like, bro, you have to get on this wave, right? It's like now, if you do every radio show should be a stream.
I'm
Every
talking about
single
streaming.
radio
I'm
show
literally
should be a
talking about
stream.
streaming my radio show.
You want to know why? Because
Yeah.
all of that cool, I'm gonna be behind the scenes, yo.
Don't
Playboy.
give them too much. Don't keep that.
Yeah.
No, but for but
Say
like
it,
let
say
us
it,
cook
say it,
for
go ahead.
Nah, fact. Like
we gotta cook that.
Nah,
first.
facts. But you see, Playboy Cardi, he started that mysterious only one picture shit, and then everybody tried to run with it. Everybody cannot do that. You have to be in
you
people's
have
faces
to
to be
be-
seen, and you still have to do it at your discretion.
Yep.
Like the only thing that be messing me up with streaming some days, I just don't feel like doing it. I just spent an hour and a half in the gym. I done shot 2 episodes.
I
Now
done had
gotta
3
be on
calls, and now I gotta get on stream.
It's a lot, but
is.
if you want to succeed in that space, so like with Cardi, I don't think Cardi is like, you know how people say, oh, she sold her soul or some dumb shit. I don't
No,
think it's
I
nothing
don't
like
think
that.
she did that either.
She's doing what she's comfortable with doing, and it's
Well, she's doing what's worked for her as well.
It has.
It's
but
worked for her.
She gotta. You also have to look at Cardi B in the space of she is a superstar, and if a superstar is willing to stand on the train and play with her merch and say, "Yo, I got to do this," she's doing it as satire.
Satire,
like,
yeah.
"Yo, hey y'all, you know,
I only got a
Atlantic ain't giving me
$50
no."
budget.
Yeah, so she's doing that because she has to.
But what about then for the last 10 years or so, and maybe only the last 5?
Mm-hmm.
There's been a trend in the secret album drops that have worked for a lot of people.
Beyonce started that.
Beyonce did it, Drake did it, and you just got the secret drops.
Beyonce did something different too. I just want to always say Beyonce did an album plus 18 videos.
Yeah.
She did do that. She
Yeah.
did do the whole.
I don't
she
want
did do
everybody
that.
to say so Beyonce.
Which
You're
that
right.
shit probably took 2 years to even do.
To do.
Facts.
You're right. You're
Sorry.
right. You're right. You're
And-
right.
and
You're
to
right.
keep
You're
that
right.
quiet. Have you seen Highest to Lowest, the movie? With
No.
Spike
No.
Lee?
Oh wait. Oh wait. Okay.
It-
Okay.
it-
Hold
wait,
on. Hold on.
It kind of discusses this, but
But
you didn't
I'm
see
not
it,
gonna
so-
lie. No. I did with
Okay.
Denzel.
Yes.
The worst Denzel movie I've ever seen
All
in
right,
my life.
but I want you to finish what you said. You said
Oh my God.
the
Land
secret albums.
Land the plane.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
go
said
ahead.
the secret albums. And all
Yeah,
that.
like there's been an allure, even when we talk about Kendrick,
The
right?
secret drops,
There's almost an allure about taking the time, and Bryson said the same thing. Like, you know, he didn't like that he had to be in so many people's faces, but that's kind of what's required.
Yeah.
But then we've also championed the artists that take their time, that go and be secret, that go and be mysterious, that then drop and they selling fucking.
Tyler did.
But
Tyler does it
yes,
when
but
he's-
guess what? Y'all are talking about 4%
Okay.
of what this shit is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Valid.
said, listen. That's like you said.
I said, yeah, I said,
You
shut
said,
the
you
fuck
said.
up.
That's like me saying Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird. Like it's only 7 of these niggas. Like you,
Right.
everybody cannot do that. And
Valid.
the problem that the younger acts is having is that they think that their music is just enough now.
And it's not.
When everybody we mentioned is 10+ year development acts. Every single one. I've been in Sneaker Pimps, Kendrick Lamar. Everybody put your hands up, and everybody looked at this nigga like, who is he? I didn't see all of them. So the new act, and
The new acts don't get that.
there's no
Yeah,
music
yeah.
scenes, right? Like
Yeah.
every city used to have like what was basically like a SOB
Like a
to
SOB.
see.
I was
And New
gonna
York
say.
had all of it.
We had all.
Mitten Factory, Webster Hall,
But we
Highlight.
don't even have it in New York no
Canal
more
Room.
because
Yep.
drill culture done took over every single city to the point
And it's a
young
liability.
acts can't even come
Yeah,
perform
they don't.
nowhere
They don't
'cause
want them. They don't
everybody
want them in the
has
venues.
problems.
They don't want them in the venues.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like if you have to veer off in order to make your shit
It's
work.
crazy because you say the drill element in terms of
It's a culture.
of hip hop, but I've been having the same conversation behind the scenes with management and A&Rs in R&B in terms of everyone was banking on the festival the festival bucks, right? Niggas didn't really want R&B at the festivals because niggas ain't going there. Like you gotta hype up the crowds. You sitting here performing in front of 30 to 50,000 people. The R&B acts weren't getting that money, but then the R&B acts also aren't being played in the clubs. Luckily they're being spun on radio, but it's not the same. But the conversation now about how and what to do with R&B acts, they're not making money for the labels almost at all, and they were being dropped. Shit, at the end of last year to now. Everyone that I know that was signed, everybody independent now.
I think it's because listen, this nigga Thanos was right, bro.
Uh-oh.
Talk about
We
it.
got too much of everything.
Uh-oh.
For real, it don't make us
Snap.
appreciate nothing. We have too much of everything. It's like you see what you said about R&B. It's not
Yeah.
that people ain't putting out good R&B.
No, because it's good R&B.
It's just that everybody's
Yep.
trying to blur everything to
Yeah.
where it's like, no, this should be just R&B festivals that target that demographic for people
Valid.
that just want to see that, and it can't be as big as a Rolling Loud because
Right.
if I'm again, I am old. I'm the people that go to Rolling Loud. My kids go to Rolling Loud.
Yeah, I ain't going to Rolling
They
Loud.
going to get
Damn, I might
high.
be old.
No, for real. They going to get
You about to be
high
old, 'cause I
and
ain't
going to
be
Rolling
lit. They
yeah,
not
Rolling
trying
Loud.
to see niggas sitting there singing and all that, but there are people who do,
Who
but they
wants to
have
see
not
that?
created a platform for that because everybody just wants everything to be one thing because we have too much of everything.
Don't say too
We
much.
have
Valid.
too much. Like, yo, Mariah the Scientist, that song Burning Blue.
Oh my God, so good.
That song.
That might be the song.
Yo,
for
you know,
summer.
I said that's I kid you not. I was saying this to my. I was saying it. Was I saying this to my daughter? No, I was saying this to somebody else. If you a man and you want to hear an R&B song, no matter how many times,
Yep.
you got something special.
Yeah.
That song,
That song
is so good. But
so good.
But
And Folded. I'm sorry. I got
Folded. I gotta listen.
Kehlani.
People keep telling me about
Nah,
Folded. I gotta
Folded-
listen
Folded
to it.
crazy.
Wait.
The video's
You-
crazy.
I don't listen to radio. I only listen to radio
No,
at
you
one
got-
time in the
you
day,
gotta
so I
watch-
don't.
you've
just
heard
watch the video,
Folded.
you good.
All right, I'm gonna listen to it.
You horny.
No. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I didn't know that was Kalani.
Hold on, Jason. We can't
Look,
hear you.
I was.
Yeah, we
Uh-oh.
can't hear Jason.
I was
There
gonna
we
say to Wayno's part, it's too much. I can't really listen to R&B that much anymore because I'm trying to keep up with hip hop.
Bro,
It's
I was
too
getting, yo,
much.
Jay, I was
It's
getting my
just too
hair
much.
braided, right?
It's too
And
much of everything.
My hair braided. She's
Yeah.
a huge R&B head, and I'm like, my head is back, and my eyes are closed, and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Kehlani.
And I look, and then
You gotta get.
and
I'm
I'm
gonna listen to
watching,
it.
and
It's
then
by Mariah.
so I said, who is that? I thought it was Mariah. She's like, that's Kalani. I said, and I'm looking at, I'm like, yo,
Kalani got that
Yeah.
one.
what?
Got that one.
Visually,
Oh no, visually,
Right.
sonically,
It's the
like
one.
Now
it
she
is.
fire though.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's like right now we just have too much access, and that's why I feel like
I
see,
just
the
hate. I just hate when people say that because they kind of say that about media and podcasting.
But we
it's so
have to-
saturated.
it's
too
You
much.
believe it's too much?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why.
Hold on,
Because
Wayno.
Wayno.
Rest
This
in
goes
peace,
back to the
Combat
gatekeeping.
Jack. I used to say this shit because he used to always encourage niggas. Yo, why don't you jump it? Yo, I want to yo, do it. And I'm like, why you keep telling these niggas it's too much? It was too much then. And I only said that because I saw what was gonna happen with the rappers.
Okay.
I said these rappers are not gonna be good anymore. They're gonna want to talk, and look what happened.
Damn, you
no
mad
no
they want
shots
to
at
talk
nobody, but everybody, and they don't do it long enough. You see them do 4 or 5 episodes, done.
Because
And
people
I'm
is
like,
not
yo,
listen.
come on,
Because
man,
people is
don't
not
do that.
serious about it. See, this is the thing. The first thing that people start saying about something new to do is how much money you can make.
Yep.
That's the
Talk
that's
about
They
it.
always
don't
the
look
Talk
at the
about
money
it.
you got to put.
They,
Talk
they
about
not
it.
looking like, and I'm just I'm
Nigga,
gonna.
it took me a year and a half before I saw a dime from this podcast.
I'm gonna toot my own horn
2
because just
Pause.
doing YouTube content.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, me being Wayno and having 100-something thousand followers on IG and a nice follow on Twitter was not enough.
Not enough.
Yo, like it was not enough because YouTube is its own community.
Yeah.
So at first I put myself on a schedule 3 times a week.
You have to.
But even the 3 times a week wasn't enough. But I had to get better at what it was I was doing, and I had to say, all right, I can't just be up here talking. We are in a time where everybody just talking about anything and everything, and they not putting no. Yes, even if you're talking about sex, it could be about sex. Just have some substance in your sex talk.
I have substance in my sex talk.
But that's why you are in a small percentage of the people who
but-
win with it.
But I like what you said too. In
Yeah.
terms of even what I'm seeing musically happen, people care about numbers, right? People are getting signed because they have these millions of followers or even a good amount of followers. Tiana Taylor, love her to death. Her project's a little too bogey for me, but I love her music.
The hand waving
But
is
you know,
crazy.
but I love
We
Tiana Taylor.
gotta make that a gift.
Tiana
Yeah, I know,
Taylor,
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Tiana
serious.
Taylor has 18.2 million followers, sold 16K her first week, and not to get metrics and all those things.
No,
but
because
that's
that doesn't
another
matter.
thing.
No, that's
I'm
a
gonna
big
tell you.
factor.
No, I'm gonna tell you
Mandy,
why.
let Mandy finish.
Well,
though.
well, no,
my fault, my fault.
what I was gonna say is,
I
what
wanna hear what
I
you
was
have to say,
leaning
Wayno,
back
so I wanna
into
hear
what Wayno had to say, right? In terms of you have all these followers here, you have all these followers here, but can you get them to go somewhere else and either purchase or buy? And that's what I think too. People are not in terms of I know not albums. I know tours that were canceled. I know people who said they were doing one thing and weren't doing it. I think there's a difference too that people aren't considering. You can have people listen to your song from TikTok or because it gets played, but do you have the buying power? Do you have people that are actually going to go out and get your record and get your album and download it? That's why I love what Cardi and Doja are doing with the vinyls. There's hard cover things, like all of those things you have to
So
do.
with Tiana, keep in mind, right? Like
And I
a
love
lot of
Tiana.
these people that we mentioning, they don't have the same infrastructure that they once had. Tiana got a lot of things going on at one time. She's
does.
creative directing people's tours.
Shout out to the auntie.
She's acting in film. She's doing
She's dating Mufasa.
she's doing a lot of things, and she doesn't have that. Like before, Tiana could just focus on the promo run.
Valid.
She don't have
Okay,
the time
valid.
to just focus on the promo run. And I'm not. This is not. That's the sis. We
No,
both
I
from
love
Harlem.
Tiana. I love
but
her.
I didn't even know that she had a project out. But that's because
Damn, you ain't know about Escape Room?
I don't know about
The
it a lot.
visuals
I'm
were great.
old. Listen,
Okay,
I'm old.
okay.
I be in the crib. I be pressure washing my house. Like that's what's important.
It's funny
to me.
you said that because the same with Sierra. I was talking about having Sierra on, and my friend was like, "Well, what y'all gonna talk about, Russ?"
No,
And I
but-
was like, "Bro, she got a whole
Pressure
album
wash
she
your
just
own
dropped."
house?
Yeah, but I
You
do.
don't hire somebody
You
to do that?
old.
No,
That's some
but
old
look,
man
right?
shit.
Even when it comes to the metrics, but even when it comes to the metrics,
I was about to say, Wayno, tell me about it.
I tell you about it, bro. It's
That's-
mad
that's
fun.
living the- that's
But
living the life.
even when it comes to the metrics, though, the metrics need to change because, listen, my favorite albums I've ever bought in my life, whether that was Big Time as I Got That Work, right?
Okay.
I don't think I've listened to that album 2,550 times to count it as one sale.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
get what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, and I love that album. Lil Wayne or let's say Jay-Z, Blueprint. I've bought these albums for $10. I don't know if I've listened to them albums 1,700 times. You have to listen to something that many times for it to count as one
I
sale.
can't remember what.
on streaming.
Well,
On streaming.
not only that, I
Yeah.
can't remember what artist said it, and it's maybe why Tiana, as a musician, a beautiful, fucking dope voice, dope artist, has to do all these other things. So there was someone on an interview, and I can't remember which podcast, but literally just said 1 million streams count as $4,000
Yeah, that
in
shit
their
ain't
pocket.
nothing.
Like for the artists, they're seeing $4,000 off of 1 million streams.
It's a Ponzi
And
scheme.
It is.
Listen,
Because who sets the parameters
But
of that?
the money,
the
money is still made.
the
Because
platforms.
that's another thing that's
platforms, right.
another misconception. And I could just speak to this as a music executive, because people think that like sales is the only way to make money off of music, and it's not. It's you can make, like, so a person sells. Let's say they get a lot of promotion. They sell 50,000 equivalent units from their streaming.
Right.
They be like, oh, that ain't shit. They ain't sell nothing. Guess what? They might have had 4 or 5 syncs on that album. 4 or 5 or 6 syncs that made the album, the money they spent to make that album back.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
mad ways that these companies are monetizing the music. The only problem is that we do not have like people becoming stars because everybody look the same. Everybody got the same chain, the same car, the same clothes, the same girlfriends. The girls got the same clothes. They
same
got
bodies.
the same body. Yo, we have too much.
Okay.
We have way too much, and that's why nobody appreciates shit, because everybody got the same thing. Yo, we could see a Lamborghini, we could see the top Lamborghini pull up in the parking lot right now, and nobody's gonna say wow. You wanna know why? Because the streamer has
You
the
see it all
shit.
the
Because
time.
we be seeing the
You know what I'm
Lambos
saying?
now.
And
You
I'm not
right,
hating on
Valerie.
streamers, because I loved it. I would have been a streamer like
gonna
them
be
when I was
you
younger.
gonna be a
I
streamer.
do stream, but I'm saying like the shit that
For the
they
old
do.
heads.
For the old,
Yeah,
yo, why
facts.
we not just the old?
You gotta
I think
embrace who
streams,
you is.
yo. You ready
Yeah.
with it? The
Wait, no,
old
I
nigga
got-
streams.
Absolutely.
Oh, no,
Oh,
I want to
nigga,
be a
see-
YN.
No,
Oh, don't say that. I hate that term. Go ahead, Jay. My fault, Jay.
Biracial YN.
do you so like, you know how like for music, like you said, for metrics it's always like albums sold.
Mhm.
For movies, box office for movies
Yep.
is different.
Mhm.
You know, it's revenue. Do you think, when you say like we need a new metrics, do you think it should be something like revenue, where it's
Yeah,
like
what should
if
the
you're a
metric be?
star and you could sell albums and stream albums and do merch, like it should be your revenue, and that way maybe there's more transparency about how much bread gets made and how it gets to artists.
I don't know what it's gonna be, but I just think that the problem, bro, is that we in people business too much. Like, I shouldn't know. Like, bro, Netflix. I don't know what a Netflix movie streams. I don't even know how to look that up.
Okay.
I don't like a Disney Plus.
It's
movie.
just whether it's good or bad.
It's just I don't know what it streams or not. I don't know if the movie flopped or if they put out. Yo, we see Robert De Niro put out a new movie on Netflix. I don't know if the movie flopped or not. I just know if I like it or not, because what it does business wise is not my business. But we just in a time where everybody wants to know somebody's net worth. They want to know what they sold.
Kyrie
they want to
just
know
said
what
that. Kyrie said he wishes the
the
salaries
NBA
weren't even.
contracts. But because
Yeah.
because guess what? Because the person who's I know your salary, every time you miss a shot, I'm basing how I feel
Yep.
on you because
Based
of how
on
much
the
money
money
you're
should
you
be
making.
making that much
Yep.
money.
But I don't know
Yeah.
if I walk into, bro. I'm gonna drift off for 1 second.
That's fine.
But it's like my son had a job interview. He told the people that he didn't want the job because they was paying a certain amount of money. He wanted a certain amount of money. I said to them, nigga, is you even worth the amount of money you asking for? No, for real. But that's the thing. But he wanted that number based on the number that he heard people say.
Yep.
We are in people's business too much.
much.
Even with the sales and all of that, like, I get it. Gold, platinum, they're all like achievements. So
Yep.
we want to celebrate. But we are so fucking nosy. It's ridiculous, bro. It's like somebody be like, yo, what it sold? Oh, that shit must be trash.
Yo. I remember.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
I
they
remember
do
during the
that.
pandemic, I was on. I was on Chatty House. You know.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Chatty
So I was on
House.
Chatty House, and
Chatty
we
House.
was having a music
It's funny.
convo, and then they was like, something had came out, and they was like, oh, but that shit, I heard that shit ain't do too good. I'm like, wait a minute, did you
You
listen
didn't
to
even
it?
listen to it.
I'm
No,
like, how do
but
you feel about
It's the
what-
conversation we just had when Ish and Barry were up here.
Right.
The way that people don't even have the capacity, fuck comprehension, they don't even have the capacity to form their own opinions because they refuse to just take the time to go listen to actually something, craft their own opinion. It's easier for them to get on the timeline, see what numbers are, see what everyone else is saying, and then just jump on the bandwagon.
Do you think that's because there's too much, like what y'all was saying?
but numbers don't. The
lazy.
thing about I understand numbers, but they don't tell a story, right? Like me currently, and I learned this from Westside Gun. Westside Gun don't sell a lot of records, but I'd be damned if that nigga ain't rich out his ass. And he taught me. So for myself, even with doing media, I was like, yo, I don't care if I get a episode that do 1 million views. I want to sell 4,000 t-shirts. Cause 1 million views. If I got a 20-minute episode with that does 1 million views, it's gonna make me some money.
I'm not gonna lie, you know who else do that? Larry June. Very well.
But
One
that's
of
what
my
I'm saying.
favorite
Oh my God.
But that's what I'm
And
saying.
a
I'm more
lot of people, when I
concerned-
bring up Larry June, the masses might not know who Larry June is.
That nigga rich.
Yeah, but he's rich.
But
Yeah,
because
he's
we
doing
got
great.
we
Two dope
as-
albums this year, too.
Having a
culturally
good day.
culturally see the thing about it was like we used to celebrate somebody's success based on their achievements because of the craft, because of the music, because we like the music. Now it's their accolades. A motherfucker can have a house that got five bedrooms, right, which is not average.
Yeah, no.
If you have a $5,000 Rolex, regardless of what she say,
shut the fuck
you're
up.
not average.
It's not average,
Right?
yeah.
But then a person said, and I read this in a book, The Way to a Meaningful Life. My TV got to be bigger than yours. My car got to be faster. That's how people have lost their way because we too nosy. We want to be in everybody's business and not concerned with our own. That's why we can't. I'm not gonna say we can't because I got some will for this shit. But that's why people can't really even lean into their own things because they so concerned with what the next person got going on and doing, and it's affecting us. And that's why I be done with the music shit.
Altering.
Comparison is the
I'm
thief
done
of
with
joy.
the music
Well,
shit.
let me ask you from maybe not from a media perspective then.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I'd like to know in terms of what they put out. You could do metrics, you could do impact, you could do cultural conversations. Who then right now is the top 5 artists, the biggest artists?
The biggest artist, and what do you mean?
I would
Hip
say.
hop?
I mean,
Yeah, in our culture.
oh, I guess
hip-hop.
in our culture, which isn't just hip hop.
Yes. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's not because I
Well,
think
R&B,
we have
yeah,
Chris
hip-hop,
Brown, we have
Hip hop
Beyonce.
is
Beyonce's
hip
not.
hop is the Don Dada of everything else, though.
Yeah,
It
we're not
is.
talking.
Okay.
I
It's
cannot
an
tell
umbrella.
you who the top 5 is.
No. Like the top 5 that
in
you've
hip-hop,
seen, like if
urban
you see,
culture.
like the urban culture,
currently right now.
urban culture.
As far as like notoriety, big. I mean,
Yes, cultural impact. What
as,
they're doing
as much as I might
musically.
not,
Your
what they doing.
criteria.
As much as it's criteria, but as much as I might not agree with him, Drake still like.
Okay.
He's still a big artist. I say Kendrick, of
You
course.
would say Drake number 1, 2.
I wouldn't say Drake
No
number
particular
1.
order,
I mean,
or
because
Okay.
I'm not
order?
basing it. If I can't base it purely off of what somebody stream, because that's what people base everything
Well,
off
no,
of.
we're not doing just streaming.
Oh, I say
like just cultural impact.
cultural
It's the biggest
impact
stars right now.
right now. I say cultural impact be Kendrick
Kendrick,
within the past year.
Okay,
like
and then
currently
number
right
2?
now. Number 2,
Drake. Still, I mean, I think
Yeah,
you
Drake is
put-
still. Drake
Okay.
is still. I don't give a fuck if you don't like. He's still one of them ones. Like you know what I mean.
Okay, number 3.
3, shit. I say Scissor.
Okay.
I say Scissor for real.
Okay. So,
4, I say 4 Future.
Ooh, no.
Yes. What?
Oh, nah.
Future has more number 1 albums than Eminem.
Okay. No,
Like
number 5.
impact,
You
cultural
mean
impact.
today?
like right
today?
now.
He's saying
Future.
right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
number 5.
So
Future.
I
I don't
wouldn't
even
put
know because
Future
I
there.
don't do listen all that shit. I don't even know. Like,
Maybe we
they
should
have.
bring-
We talking about only artists?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow, who are you gonna say?
I was gonna
It's
say
not
Casanat.
Oh no, for sure. But
I was gonna say
yeah, no.
Casanat. Speed. I was gonna say Speed.
Even
Casanat. Speed.
okay.
Them kids is amazing.
Who would be your 5 musically though?
I don't know, yo, because I don't know what the criteria is for that.
Your
Like,
criteria.
Your
I don't have a criteria. I don't know because that's
So
for me to
who's
pick
Wayne-
5. I got to think of 7 things right now to pick the 5th person. Like,
Who's your
what-
personal top 5 right now?
I mean, the fact
Urban.
that Chris Brown has to be in there.
oh yeah,
Okay,
Chris
yeah.
Brown.
Chris Brown,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Chris
He's,
Brown.
he's doing
No, but
stadium
you-
tours.
Remember,
Yeah.
it's your personal
Yeah,
favorite.
I would say Chris Brown.
Yeah, I
is
would
the
say
first.
Chris Brown. I would say Chris Brown.
Finish
ahead.
and then I'm gonna tell you something about these lists. real
Okay.
quick.
I know you
Well,
got
that's
your
why I
thoughts
always
on
say
it.
personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Chris Brown,
Mhm.
probably number 1. Then Kendrick. Gotta put Drake. Cardi.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi.
Like
Oh my
no,
god.
no. Cardi B.
What?
Yeah, I would say Playboy Cardi,
When
yeah.
he said that, I was like, oh, I know she gonna be like,
Are you
what?
serious?
Playboy Cardi. You old.
No,
This
no,
is what
no.
I'm trying to tell you. You
Hold
old.
on, and then let me think. My number 5. My number 5.
We officially the ONs.
The facts. No, for real, bro.
Our culture number 5. Damn, I don't even. I just gotta throw it in there because she's changing the way
What'd you
they're.
say, Kalani?
Who?
No, Kayla, no.
For you? No.
No, I'm not delusional. I would say Beyonce. I got to throw her in there. She just did 2 or 3 stadium tours back to back to back to back to back. And in terms of urban impact, she's changing nominations in the Grammys because she's taking over whole other genres and shit. So I would say Beyonce. And that would be my 5 in
Why you
terms
said
of
that? Why you was acting like that about Playboy Cardi though?
Cause she don't be doing.
Because you
all
don't
this
listen
shit
to
in
him.
I mean,
Listen, they was still
oh wait,
this nigga
I lied.
posters off the wall and selling
Let
them.
me take off. Let me take off Beyonce.
Okay.
If we're leaning into culture, because again, Beyonce transcends it. She's a fucking superstar.
Right, she's holy grail.
Young boy, NBA young boy, and him
Yeah, I
being out
ain't
right
even
now.
mad at that.
What he's
I'm not
doing
mad at
on
that.
But this is
YouTube-
why I hate lists.
But that's why you go.
Why-
I
Go ahead, yeah,
back
what are
to-
you gonna
why
say?
do
go
you
back to
hate
personal.
lists?
Because they just divisive, yo. Like lists is all personal preference, but they run these conversations on the internet where we cannot really appreciate what's happening culturally in its totality because mine's is better than yours.
No,
yours
I
is
can
better
respect
than mine.
your list.
I'm not
It's
speaking,
just gonna be
I'm
different.
not
Oh, just
speaking specifically
in
about
general,
you.
in general. Gotcha.
General, yeah.
People, and I mean, it's not like it wasn't happening. I didn't literally seen friends fall out when Tupac and Biggie was going through it. I seen so many friends fall out with one
Jesus.
another. But I'm just saying, it's like these lists is all divisive to black culture. You know what I'm saying? It's because we don't.
You don't think they have lists in white culture?
I'm not saying that they don't have lists.
Okay.
I don't know how they react to their list.
Because you don't know what.
I know a
don't know
nigga
what they
punch you
doing.
in your mouth if you say somebody not top 3. That's what I do know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that these lists.
The Nas and Jay-Z argument.
Oh
used to
my
be
God,
bad.
what, bro? I'm just saying is that like these lists, they just become. There's no award for it. There's no real award.
He said these lists are black on
like when
black
people
crimes.
say no, I ain't go
But
that far.
barbershop combo.
Yeah, but it's like people be like Mount Rushmore, and then the Mount Rushmore turn into 12 niggas. It's like you can't even, bro. It's only
You can't even keep
mind
the
you,
four.
Mount Rushmore was only a marketing tool. It wasn't really the shit wasn't even built for people that was the best. You know what I mean?
Wait. What was the marketing tool of the Mount
That
Rushmore?
ass, look it up.
It was only supposed to be 3.
Yeah.
Why they did a
Wait.
fourth because-
What's the
they only did
backstory
a
of Mount
fourth because they
Rushmore?
messed up and had to.
Yeah, they messed up. Had to put another one on.
Wait, what do you
Deadass.
mean they messed up?
This is what I'm saying. We don't even be knowing what we be living
Hold on,
and
what
dying
the fuck-
about.
wait, what the
This
fuck
not
is
even
about-
Mount Rushmore's not even our cultures, bro. I swear. I'm telling you.
Wait. Why did they add? Wait, what is Mount? I like the story. Look,
Educate,
hey, Keith, no,
educate.
can you
I don't
educate us?
listen. I'm not gonna say it
You wanna do
verbatim.
it?
I looked it up one day because one day
As
people
a
kept talking
community,
about.
whoever's watching,
can
listening,
set it up. Yeah.
don't judge us.
Yeah,
Help us
don't.
too.
I don't know all
But
of
how do
that.
you remember reading about
What
it?
It's like 3.
I looked it up because I was just like, what was the Mount Rushmore for, right? And they said that this artist, like, he did it because he just wanted to show how, like, he basically wanted to show how nice he was with this shit. That ass, he basically wanted to show how nice he was with this shit. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna put the best, like, I'm gonna make it as this is the best, and it's gonna define times of how people consider who's the best as their 4. He just did it, and then they needed to put somebody else in.
Wait,
Pause.
it was supposed to only be.
So let me correct.
Here we go.
Pause.
Go ahead,
So-
Jason.
I give myself an
it's-
8.5 on that pause.
So
Yeah, because you was like a
he's-
0.7 second.
He's a foreign sculptor. He got hired to do the job.
Right.
And so, they specifically picked like the first 2, right?
Mhm.
And then the third one, they were like, all right, we need more. They'd do this third. And so the way he wanted to put it, he kind of like messed up the way he started it. So that's why there's like that one that's kind of facing off because he did that. And so then they had to squeeze the fourth one back
But
in.
what-
And that
what
fourth
was
one,
the-
pause, the head is too small. so that's why there's 4 now instead of
Wait a second, but who determined who these people was? Is what I'm saying.
There wasn't niggas arguing on the
It's-
internet. I tell you that.
That's all
They
it
didn't have
is.
the internet.
You know what I mean? Like, it was. I just feel.
wasn't
I
Twitter.
get lists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at a point where I be like, man, oh, who cares, bro? Like,
What is your overall outside of? I mean, what I get from you is that it's oversaturated. Essentially, is what you keep coming back to. But where do you think then overall we currently are? I know we didn't really lean into what's happening with the radio and the payola, but that's a tale as old as time that now is possibly catching up to everyone. I mean, me and A King were talking about this off air. We don't think Feds is going to be involved. Like, there's a way that I'm sure they're funneling it, doing all the things to make it make sense. But where do you think we are then currently with the state of our culture in terms of music?
I think in music, I ain't gonna lie, I think it's a great time.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, I think it's a very, very great time because if
For
you're willing,
who? 'Cause
for
not the artists.
Yes, for artists. I'm gonna tell you.
Even though they're not making money.
Hold on,
to
making
me.
money is subjective. Listen,
Okay.
don't. All right,
Here we
you
go.
want me to start talking about contracts and all of that? Because when you start talking about contracts and what people agree to, when you sign a deal, it's not just your deal. When you sign a deal, it's not just your deal. It's a deal for both parties. So if
Yes.
I give you money, if I tell you you could live in my house, but under these certain circumstances, and you say yes, and then the job becomes too hard, nigga, I still want what I want.
I know that's right.
Now, and I'm not
The
pro
deal is the
label,
deal.
and I'm not pro label, but I'm not against artists as
No,
well.
I
think
agree that
there's
people
not-
need an ROI. Like,
I think there's not enough artists that
Yeah.
understand their business. Like, they understand, yo, wait, how much money you got? I used to tell artists, like, yo, listen, I'm going to give you a deal that when you start out, we giving you X amount of dollars, but your masters will revert to you after this amount of time. Now they be like, wait, how much money you said? Only 100,000? Nah, let me go talk to somebody that got $1
We're
million.
not even talking about the masters
Oh,
reverting
not
back
even-
to them
They
in
not
a short amount of time.
They
See?
talking about what they could get at the moment. So
Right.
they'll
Right.
sign. Listen, they'll say, $1 million. The lawyer's explaining to you, yo, this is what it means. This is what it means. This is what they mean. Whatever. What $1 million at? They get the $1 million, And then once they don't
then
uphold
they
their
get
part
mad.
of the
Yep,
bargain,
and they get
then they're
mad.
like, oh my God, everybody took advantage of me. The lawyer didn't tell me nothing. My manager didn't tell
And
me
the
nothing.
money's
Everybody
gone.
left me alone. The money's gone.
Gone.
That's a whole nother convo.
Yes.
Where music is good currently right now is because direct to consumer.
Yep.
Even
Okay,
and this
valid.
is what this is the approach that the majors is trying to take, which I ain't gonna front. Working in music in the past 10 years professionally, they was really pushing. A lot of labels was pushing that, but artists wasn't with it. What
'cause they want the
Cardi
money.
B was doing, that's direct to consumer engagement.
Yep.
I think it's perfect for people who want to do the work. If you think, yo, I just did a fire song, put my shit out, get me on Rap Caviar, get me a YouTube billboard, give me this, give me that, give me whatever, I'm gonna be straight. If you think that's how it works,
Nope.
it's horrible for you.
Yep.
If you understand that I need to get up and I need to work every single
every day.
Yo, bro, when I was working at Rockefeller, we was on the road with the Young Guns. We was in the radio we go to sleep. We have to go to sleep at 11 o'clock because we have to get up early, 6 o'clock in
And
the
do
morning.
6 o'clock in the
go
morning,
to the
yep.
next place, be at the radio, do a meet and greet,
And you probably with different East Coast, like
the
Boston,
access, and that's what I'm
Connecticut,
saying.
New York.
The access has fucked people
Yeah.
up because
Yeah.
now I don't got to do that. I could just make money off of TikTok. So that rapper that's making 30K off of TikTok, they're like, why I'm doing that?
Right.
What
Yep.
I need to do that for? And then when people not into your music, then you like, y'all took advantage of me. No, if you are artists that you want to do the work, it is a perfect time, but you have to have some sort of identity. You have to stand for something, even if you stand for bullshit. If you a street nigga and you stand on stupid ass street principles, just say that and lean into it. And say, this is what I stand for, so people understand who they dealing with.
This same literal advice is what I say to people that want to be podcasters.
Yeah, you gotta have.
You could have the funniest jokes. You could be the best on the mic. If you're not willing to learn everything that happens to go behind it, if you're not willing to really do the work, if you're not willing to be consistent, if you're not willing to really like stay at this, whether money is coming in or not, if you're not willing to grow an audience organically, it's not gonna work. You're
Never
not gonna
gonna
be
work.
able to be here 10 years later.
Nope.
But
You're
that's
just
the
not.
thing. People just trying to hit a lick. So
Hit a lick.
I tell
Yep.
you,
That part.
you know, I was working at QC for 3.5 years. You know how many people came past I could have signed everybody, and a lot of them went and signed $1 million deals. You never even heard of these kids.
For real?
Never even heard of them.
Oh,
you want to
wow.
know why though?
Because they weren't willing to do the
It
work.
wasn't just that. It's that we rewarding anything. It's too much money.
Mm.
You're not giving people the chance to earn their money. Like I tried to structure a deal with. I feel like this. If I'm gonna give you $1 million, all right, cool. Let's give you $1 million deal. Let your first project, our benchmark need to be X amount of numbers we need to hit so that we can make us some money. You get this check. When we get to the next one, then you get the next check. When we get to let's do it like that. Niggas be like, nah, I want that money right
Nobody
now.
wants to stagger it like that.
Because they don't want to even have a career. They just want what they want right now. And that's the problem that we have. People think that they are artists. Now niggas is just money hungry people that got lucky rhyming.
Ooh.
You know
what I mean? A lot of
athletes
people
do that. They have the incentive-based deals where it's like, yo, if you make the Pro Bowl, this triggers this incentive, and you get this big ass bonus.
Right.
It's funny because in terms of even basketball players getting into the podcast space, that was the conversation with a lot of people too. Like Kenya, Lou Will, like they came in, they have a talent, they got paid a check out the gate. This podcast shit is different.
It's
You're
a
not
grind.
you're not gonna be able to just sit here and get a 6-figure, 7-figure deal because of who you are or your talent on the mic. You gotta prove
Do the
that
work.
people want to listen
But
to
Mandy,
you.
look, even if you, because there are some, now we know there's some people that do get them deals.
no, they do.
But
They do.
even at the
Some.
point, I just feel like if you get a podcast deal and it's a lot of money, uphold your end of the bargain.
For sure.
Like uphold your end of the bargain. Do the fucking work. Like don't.
Oh yeah,
don't,
no. Who is it? Kim K, Michelle Obama. There's a lot of people that fucked that up for us too. A lot of really big names got them bags from the Spotify, got them bags, 100, fucking $10 million deals, and then didn't uphold their end of the bargain.
And now
do the
look at
work.
them
And now look,
restructuring.
and now
at
everyone's
there's a
restructuring.
new-
There's-
Nigga, we
saw
not
a new
even getting
article the other
MGs no
day,
more,
yeah.
nigga. It's straight rev share deals. Like niggas not even getting that money up front no more. They gotta prove they worth.
They don't
Yeah.
trust.
before-
No trust.
But that's why and I learned this from watching you. I learned this from you. And recipes to my big bro Combat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was doing the work. So what I learned, and this is the biggest equation in my whole career, leverage.
Yeah.
Leverage. You want everything
As
I
much
tell
as
you.
you
I want,
can, yeah.
but I treat. I ain't gonna front. I treat the way I do business like being a woman dating. That's serious. You wanna know why? Because
How you do it?
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you. So, if and I was raised by women. That's the only reason why I can say this, right? In that context. But like, if you want to date me, if you want to be with me, right? Like, and you want me to be exclusive to you, then show me. Right?
Okay.
Put in the work.
Okay.
Right? Put in the work. Because every man who goes after the woman they want, put in the fucking work. You can have 100 chicks. The one that you want, nigga, you gonna do everything she say,
Right.
everything that she need, because
Right.
that's what you want, right? And in business, show me that. So you could tell me 100 times. You know how many people call me, yo, Wayno, I love what you're doing. Yo, it'd be dope if we could do this together. Nigga, guess what? I have my leverage.
Yeah.
I have my leverage. My leverage is my cameras,
Yep.
my editing, the person who does all my transcription. I have all of that.
You have
so as I keep getting bigger, at the point where you tell me you want to do something, then I can negotiate how big my ring is.
Yep.
It was a pause
Then I
in
can
the
tell you
game.
how big my ring is,
Yep.
and then you better be willing to put that shit on my finger, and I'm gonna buy my what you want me to do.
And then he gonna keep the box for it in the hallway for the next thing that comes.
This is why I love her. I swear to God. She can't never turn that shit off. I swear to God. She can't never turn it off. She can't never
He's
turn
over
it
it.
off.
Listen, always gotta bring it back. In my past life, I was a comedian. You know.
Yeah, but look, all the
listen,
brands.
Dave Chappelle, everybody bring it back.
I'm
Period.
talking to all the brands.
I know you are.
I'm not exclusive to you. What you got?
Period.
What you?
Oh, I was just
It gotta
telling
make
him.
the most sense.
I was just telling him I'm UTA and WME. I'm Urban One and iHeart. What's up? Baby,
Listen,
what's up?
Until somebody put that ring on the finger, what's up? Like, for real.
Take me to dinner.
Facts.
Take me to, and I like caviar. It's not gonna be a very cheap dinner, okay? Jesus, I think we kind of got to everything. Wait, no, thank you.
Thank y'all for having me up here.
For joining us. This was
For
fun.
real.
This
Good
was
combo,
fun.
Jay, too, man. Good combo, Jay.
Journalist Jayson, let
go.
everyone know where they can help you build your goddamn coop out here so you can sit here and charge everybody.
Wayno 119 on everything, man. If that's Twitter, well, X, Instagram, PlayStation, if you want to get cooked in 2K.
Ooh.
Wayno 119 on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm launching some new things I'm extremely proud of.
I'm
I've been
excited.
taking time to really put in the work. Like I said, I'm building my leverage. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what I mean to this media space. And I'm I'm not competing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm competing with myself. I'm outdoing myself last year to this year in media tremendously.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So
You
I'm
better
just
say
staying
that
on that
part,
path. Thank you, man. I'm staying on that path. And if you mess with me, you know how we doing. If you don't, eventually you will. So
Y'all make
get
sure
it.
y'all support my guy Wayno, who didn't become my co-host because he costs too much. Anyways,
I do cost, I ain't gonna lie.
he's expensive. He's expensive. If you guys want to support everything I'm doing, y'all already know I'm a New York Times best motherfucking seller. No holds barred, a dual manifesto of sexual exploration and power. If you're in Atlanta, you can listen to me every Saturday, 6 to 8 on Hot 107.9. We off the clock. It is a new type of mix show, so I'm giving you politics, I'm giving you gossip, but all in between. One of the best mixes by my girl DJ Jazzy T,
Yeah.
who is also DJing the WNBA. And shout out to the Atlanta Dream, who made the playoffs. Really dope for them. I'm hoping I could catch a game. They're playing the Fever, and I don't even get to see Caitlin Clark, man. Annoyed about that. Anyways, y'all, if you want to listen to me every Monday, I'm Decisions every Tuesday and Friday right here, Selective Ignorance. Shout out to my super producers, Jayson and A King. I love that y'all are back with me, both of you. And y'all, this is another episode of Selective Ignorance, where curiosity lives, controversy thrives, and conversations matter. See you next week.